People of Earth, how are you? My name is Al. Across the table from me is my good friend Joe. How are you, Joe?
I'm doing lovely, Al. Yourself?
Together we do a podcast called Kinda Right. And once in a while we're blessed by the presence of a guest whom we've told you can come whenever you want. And somebody came back that we said that to. If you all remember Gabby. Gabby is here. Hello, Gabby.
Hey, happy to be back.
Awesome.
Gabby is a good friend of mine's daughter,
So it's
who I remember as a baby. Now she's grown up.
right. So it's the dog days of summer. That's what they call mid-August to the beginning of September. It's the dog days. It's hot. It's humid. And we got other dogs in the news, it turns out. We got Peter Strzok got fired. You see that?
Yeah, they fired him.
He's a fucking dog. They fired him. We got the Massachusetts State Police in the news.
I know.
What a bunch of fucking dogs. They're dogs. All right? Omarosa's in the news.
I was going to say, that's who I heard
and
about today.
she's a fucking dog, too. I agree with the president. Omarosa's a fucking dog, okay?
Well, I don't think she's a dog.
She's a fucking dog.
I mean, she's not in the sense that she's not ugly.
Oh, by the
No.
way, Manafort's fucking defense rested without him testifying or calling anybody to testify, as a matter of fact. That just brings to mind another dog, and that's James Comey. Not James Coney, I'm sorry. Fucking, what's that fucking? Mueller. Robert Mueller.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
Well,
I keep mixing those two up because they look alike. Then they really don't.
there is
They're
a...
both dogs, though.
Rudy Giuliani is doing a good job at the public perception of Mueller, and people are tired of this Russian collusion thing. It's been going on forever. He has no evidence. He's trying people for crimes that have nothing to do with it, that were done 10 years ago. You know, this isn't what the guy's supposed to be doing. I mean, this doesn't do any good to put Manafort in jail because he, had some fucking tax scheme going or whatever the hell he was doing. What was he, laundering money or something?
No.
Right?
He
Was laundering money. He
Whatever.
laundered some money and cheated on his taxes.
Yeah, that was it.
But it has nothing to
Who?
do with...
Tax evasion.
This is Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort worked for Trump, and there's a special prosecutor.
He may have even been his campaign manager.
Special prosecutor is trying to find out whether Trump colluded. No, it's not him. Trump colluded with the Russians to steal the election away from the Queen Bee. But there's just absolutely no evidence. So,
By the way, Gabby, dope T-shirt.
Thank you.
what's it say?
Run DMC.
Hey. So, and yes, I was reading about I don't know, I can't even get, the mass police don't surprise me at all. State police, I mean, that's just another,
What was it about this time? Because remember, they found out how they were stealing overtime hours that they
this
didn't
is
work.
the same thing, but what they found is that the brass, meaning the top people, knew about it and did nothing about it.
And now the FBI is getting involved.
Because a lot of that detail money is on federally funded highway projects. So that brings the feds in, which is always
Wow.
bad. Because when you bring the feds in, they don't have any, there's no little, well, that's a buddy of mine.
What a timely fucking story, huh? Those
Well-
fucking guys. They're the worst law enforcement agency in the
I know
United
so
States of
many
America.
them too, because I worked with them on, when I do the marathon, the Esplanade.
Yeah.
We all have our briefs together before the day.
So what do you do? Security for those?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
They're the main law enforcement. We're there to really help them, and just to stand there and look.
Well, they're probably
look
not
cool. You gotta
all
stand there and look
terrible,
pretty.
but a lot of them are terrible. And this is what happens when you have a broken institution, which I've said all along.
Right.
It's a broken institution. It needs to be torn apart and rebuilt because these people are just out of control.
I wonder who's going to rebuild it. That's fucking...
I don't think it's that hard to do that. You just have to have a bunch of people that aren't corrupt.
Yeah.
I mean,
they got to bring in a bunch of non-fucking Bostonian Irish people then. You know what I mean?
Well, one of the things in the state police, bylaws or however they're structured in the founding documents is that you have to have the head, the superintendent or colonel has to be from within.
Yeah.
So it's stupid. They had to bring somebody in from, California or something.
Right.
Who doesn't know any of these people and doesn't have any, isn't going to cover for them.
Right.
I mean, because it's just a rolling steamroller of scum.
Of assholes.
And they, the colonel only lasts for about, I don't know. They're less than they're a year maybe.
At best, it's just nepotism, but
they're there
that's it
long
best.
enough to get the most amount of pension money as possible.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's a fucking feeding trough over there, man.
So,
a lot of upstanding individuals over there, and if you didn't hear me say it last time, I'm going to say it again. Nobody gets into being a Massachusetts state cop for altruistic reasons. Nobody. Not one of them.
no, I mean,
Every one of you motherfuckers is a shady motherfucker. All of you. You're all shady.
I used to think about being a cop right when I got out of boot camp. Well, because I was a military police officer, still am. So I used to think I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll join the academy, and this is right for me. But I'm glad I didn't. That wouldn't be... I think I could do it, but I just can't see myself being happy doing it career-wise.
There are cops that I know guys that got in for the right reason.
Not into the Massachusetts State Police.
Actually, I knew a guy that got into that. He just wanted a job. He didn't have any I'm going to get in there and fucking torture people. And
Right.
there was no agenda other than,
Pretty good
well,
job.
I could get a job at the post office, but it pays more at the state police.
Yeah.
And he had
Benefits
an in, so he got in.
My friend Jen, she joined the academy last year, and she's a Fall River cop now. And I think it's funny. This is like she's a good one. Obviously, she's one of my close friends, but they have her do something called hooking.
Okay.
She has to pretend she's a prostitute in Fall River.
Fall River, sure.
And get the guys.
Oh, wow, man. False pretenses and shit.
She's like, she hates doing it because she feels so awkward, but they have her wear a certain type of shoes so they know the difference between if it's her or the other girls. So, like, one night she has to wear shoes with laces. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of funny that she does that.
Man, I hope she gets paid well. Sounds like a fucking not a fun job.
In Fall
No.
River, too.
Oh.
It's not very classy. It's not classy prostitution, I guess.
This isn't, what do you call it, fucking Upper East Side in New York City.
Right.
Not a lot of high-end call girls going on there.
No.
There's a lot of
Not like the
$20
ones
bills.
you're
There's a
gonna
lot
get.
of $20 bills being exchanged.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It ain't a couple grand.
Just
No.
And the
You're
girlfriend
right, it's like
experience.
20. It's in that range, she said.
Yeah.
sounds disgusting.
It does.
Sounds like a good way to get a bad disease.
Yeah, man.
Good way to get a bad disease.
So, do you have any other feelings on any of those other dogs I mentioned? Peter Strzok or Omarosa?
She doesn't know. I bet she doesn't know who Peter Strzok is because
No, but I
Well, go
heard
ahead and
about
explain.
Omarosa.
Yeah.
But I don't know why she got fired.
She got
Well, I
fired
don't know
'cause
why
that
she
bitch is
got-
crazy. That's
I don't know why she got hired, but I don't know. I think she asked for a job.
I think he figured that she would behave, and she just didn't.
Yeah, she's a
Some
horror
money.
show.
She's a money grubbing whore. That's what she is.
Yeah,
she's a
she's
money
been
grubbing whore.
an evil,
But how do you know that?
just because she's been a malcontent since she was on the show. She's just never happy.
Oh, on The Apprentice?
Yeah.
Oh, I never watched
She was on
that.
the first season of the only
She
time
won
I ever
the first
watched
season of The Apprentice.
No, she didn't. There was another guy.
Or was she finished second?
No,
I could have sworn she won it.
the guy in
I think he gave her a
Chicago
job,
that
right,
married the girl that looked like an ant, who used to be on like one of those entertainment shows.
The girl that looked like an ant. All right. What the fuck is he talking
Bill
about?
Someone's
Rancic.
aunt?
Like,
Rancic.
you meant aunt, not you mean the bug an ant or somebody's fucking mother's
Like an
sister?
aunt?
No, she looks
a
like
bug?
an ant.
Oh.
Her head.
So what the hell was she doing on a show where they have attractive people hosting it? Then
Well, she's
she black?
I say it because it's no, not
all
at
right.
all. I'll show you.
I don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about. I don't watch that type of show. I used to. I admit, I used to get home from work and I would watch the local news, the network news, and then 2 of the entertainment shows, and then it would be 8 o'clock and pretty much time to go to fucking bed because 5 o'clock comes early.
Look at that head. Is that not the head of an ant? Come on now.
No, I don't think so.
yeah, I know who that broad is. She is black, by the way.
No, she's not.
Yeah.
No, she's
She identifies as African American.
no, she's Italian.
What's her name?
Juliana Rancic. She's
Yeah.
Italian. Juliana Rancic is an Italian American television person.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm causing
Doesn't
trouble.
identify as
I
black.
didn't know. I was causing trouble. I was trying to just the whole ants are black, and you're calling her a fucking ant, and that's all. I was just trying to.
What are you trying to get me called
got
a
us
racist?
confused.
I was trying to lump you in with the president. How everyone else is lumping the president in there over there. No, Donald, you're not supposed to call her a dog because that makes you a racist and a sexist. But it also makes you the singularly most entertaining president in the history of the universe. And probably the greatest president in the history of the United States of America.
I don't think she seems that crazy. But I don't know. I didn't watch The Apprentice. I really know anything about her. I just watched the news today and heard about it. And on the news, she seemed like calm and professional talking about Trump.
Yeah, that's her
her
shtick.
Seems
her
very
shtick.
educated.
Yeah.
Smart
She is
woman.
that. Yeah, she's
She
degreed.
comes across. She's very bright.
Yeah, she's degreed, man.
She's just an evil lying sack of shit,
Yeah, that's all. She's a money grubbing whore, is what it turns out.
and he knew that.
You know who she was married to for a while?
Who?
That big dude from the Green Mile, Michael Dave, man, the big
The
black
guy
guy.
that's dead.
Yeah. She was
From
met.
8 Mile?
Was he in 8 Mile? No, I'm talking
Is that what
about
you said?
the Green Mile.
Oh, Green Mile.
He was that
Oh.
big, enormous,
I know who you're talking
muscular
about.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
She was married to him for a while. She said he was the love of her life, and he fucking up and died. And but I thought
did?
that was huh?
He died?
Oh yeah, he's dead. He died very young of a heart attack because you're not supposed to do steroids until the day you're 45, and then
What was his
then
name?
you just die at
I gotta
50.
find out. Now that I got my
What is that
Just
big
do
guy's
Green
name?
Mile Cast.
Yeah, there you go. Green Mile Cast. IMDb is an infinite
Oh,
resource.
God, I
Son.
didn't know he died.
Dead
Michael
guy.
Clark Duncan. Come on.
Oh,
Right? Michael Clark Duncan? Am I right? I didn't look it up.
Nope.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Come on.
Wow.
Dies at 54.
All right. Yeah, he was young, man. And that was just a couple years ago, right? She was on Stern.
Maybe
after.
Omarosa killed him.
I mean,
Have you
clearly.
thought of that?
Well, I mean, clearly. You know?
Let's see what other movies he was in.
He's in a bunch of movies.
He was in a lot of Bruce Willis movies. I think he and Bruce were pals. So,
Oh, yeah, he died.
54. I outlived him.
Yeah, man. He was big, though. People aren't supposed to be that big.
Oh. He was even in Talladega Nights with Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Good movie.
He was very healthy.
If you're not
though.
first, you're last.
You think it was the
Ricky
steroids?
Bobby.
Yeah.
Or are you making that up?
I mean, I'm not saying he was on him when he died. I'm just saying you can't take him your whole life and fucking. You know what I mean?
He's in a bunch of things.
Yeah.
That was a big individual, man. That is a big man. Man.
He is a big man.
You know what I'm saying, man.
So we have that Peter. What a smarmy.
He's a fucking dog.
Just like.
Why did you turn this down, by the way?
He's a smarmy fuck. This guy was.
There you go. Now we're regular again. Go ahead.
Well, it's good to be regular. Peter Stork was an FBI agent, Gabby, who he was.
Oh, I think I did hear about this.
He had a girlfriend, and he was married, but you can't really.
I mean, that's
fault
not really
him for
the
that.
story.
That happens all over the place. But he was tweeting with his girlfriend at the same time. He was the lead investigator for the Clinton email, so he was texting that how much he wants Donald Trump to lose. Now that's bad if you're investigating his opponent for a possible, crime.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be wanting that person, and then all of a sudden,
All right, yeah, don't be texting that at least.
a lot of unprecedented shit
the
is coming
FBI
out of
agent.
this whole thing. Like the FBI agent who was the head of the FBI who got up and did a 15-minute basically verbal indictment of why all of the things Hillary Clinton did wrong, and then said, however, we can't find any intent, so we can't prosecute her, which isn't even his job. He's just the investigator. So this is a very unique time you're living in. And I speak for myself, but I believe Al's on it. It's not that we love Donald Trump, although I do have I have a warm part. But Donald Trump's ripping a lot of lids off of things that you wouldn't otherwise
just eminently,
know.
ridiculously entertaining.
Yeah, and he's fun to have
a lot
as
of
president.
fun.
The other thing in the news today,
I just
Al,
like that he makes people crazed. That's my favorite. You know what I mean?
is black people.
Uh-oh. Why is it always got to be black people, man?
No, black Americans. Trump's approval rating is rising among black Americans.
Right up around 98%. No, I'm just kidding. It's got to be around 40%, right?
Black unemployment is at its lowest ever. And I believe
That's because of Obama.
it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters what color you are. Everybody wants to have a job
There's
and wants to
well,
be able
no,
to feed their family.
That's a
and-
lie. Not everyone wants a job. You know that for a fact. There's
Well,
a
not
lot-
everybody.
A lot of people
I
out
don't
there.
want a job.
Yeah, but
What
at
are
least you
trying
work
to,
a
trying
little.
to say that a lot of black people don't want
I didn't
jobs?
say anything about black people. I know plenty. I was thinking about white people who just live on the dole. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
I don't get a lot of money on the dole.
Yeah, but you get enough to get by.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Really?
I think
If you're
so.
on disability, it's like $640.
I'm not even talking about
a
disability. I'm talking about Section 8 getting your fucking your $1,300 apartment paid for, and you're writing in like a $60 check. And then you also get another check, and then you get food stamps. You can make it happen. You know what I mean?
month. Do you get free
A
cable?
lot of people know how to
Nobody needs cable anymore. They get Wi-Fi.
get all
Wi-Fi, son.
those things that are, beat the system. They
Yeah,
all
yeah.
find the loopholes. Meanwhile, I'm struggling to find just like a $700 apartment.
Are you looking
Well,
at New
I'm on-
Bedford? I just saw a couple for
Yeah.
$850, but one of them was on Willis Street. I don't think that's a very good neighborhood. There's a bunch
It
of
depends.
Huh?
To me, I don't really like the south end of New Bedford
yeah. Well,
and some parts of the west
does?
end, but I don't really. I know a lot of the neighborhoods.
do you
I would
g-
have to see
do
it.
do you have Trulia, the Trulia app? Put the Trulia app on your phone and search for apartments in New Bedford, and a shitload of them pop up every day.
Does that work?
4 or 5 or 6 of them a
Well,
day.
Ivan and I call people. We leave messages. We
Yeah.
call again, and they just don't answer.
Do you get it
And
off an app or?
No, we just get it. I go through the newspaper. We go through
Yeah.
Craigslist, or just by driving by.
Tell you, go on Trulia,
city.
man, because some of those are put up by
Truly,
Trulia. It's this, man. It's an app.
I
What do
don't
you
like iPhone.
Yeah, it's just an app. and then you put in your search, and you hit fucking give me notifications on my email,
Yeah.
and it's amazing. It's
I'll
for
have
free.
me and Ivan download it because
My pen shit the bed.
I don't know how people just find apartments so easily because we've been calling so many different places and no one answers. And once someone answers, they're like, sorry, someone else
gone.
got it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like,
but
fuck you.
That's why there's that many every day available. Truly is the best one. Listen, I want to move. I just moved. I might move to fucking New Bedford if I can find the right place. It's cheap down there.
Truly.
Yeah, I want to get out of where I'm living.
I thought you liked it.
I like that we got.
They
It's a
lived
great
around
space,
here.
huh?
They lived around
I live
here.
in Kingston.
Oh.
I live about 6 minutes away. But there's a lot of water leaking everywhere, not just from the roof, but now it was leaking from the bathroom upstairs, and it's just a nightmare. It's just a fucking nightmare over there.
So you're just in a dump? Is that it?
It's a dump.
You should move to New Bedford.
And my landlord is just
Doesn't care.
he doesn't care, and I get it. And I should have gone with my first instinct when my wife wanted to do it and say no. But the reason I did it is I got me out of paying rent for 5 months because I took my last insecurity from my last apartment. You know, I'm like, I'm not. I said I'm moving out in 2 months and I'm not giving you any more money. You can keep my security deposit. You know what I mean? I'm not going through the rigmarole.
sense.
You know what I mean? So then I made a deal to do work at my new place. I renovated it basically. And I didn't make a really good deal, but I did it for 3 months rent. So I had 5 months that I didn't have to pay rent. That's why I did it. And plus it enabled us to save a little money for our honeymoon. We got married last September, but we took our honeymoon in June.
Why didn't you
And we're
get?
fucking
Why
broke.
didn't you fix the leaks while you were in there?
Because it didn't start fucking leaking
So
until
where
after I did everything.
is it leaking from? The roof? The roof is
Oh, no, well, the
leaking?
roof, yeah, well, during all those fucking, all those northeasters in March, a lot of shingles blew off. So a lot of shit, water's coming through the light of the fucking beautiful ceiling I spent 45 hours fixing. And, but he patched that. He's supposedly getting a new roof, after he gets a few months rent out of me.
Right.
But he did patch that, but now there's the plumbing in between my fucking ceiling and the other guy's floor for his bathroom over my bathroom is leaking, and it's coming through the
God.
ceiling.
Oh,
down through the
you
walls.
got somebody above you?
Yeah.
I thought
There's
you
a
were
third
up
floor.
high.
But it's all dormered. That's why in my kitchen, the rainwater was coming in because it's roof. But on that side, the bathroom side, there's 3 dormers.
Toilet water.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
well,
Well, that's annoying when you're paying money and you put money into it.
well, I've paid $450 there so far, and I've lived there since May 1st. So
When do you?
'Cause he gave me
officially have
half
to
off.
Start paying.
August
I'm gonna have to
1st.
check out this.
You don't have to pay.
I know. That's
you
about
have-
where I'm at.
You can put the money into escrow. You have to put it into escrow, though.
No, what I'm going to do is look for a place to move, and hopefully it takes 3 months so I can save the money to have first, last, and security for somewhere else. The only problem with that is they do credit checks, and the last 2 places I've lived, I've managed to the last 3 places we managed to do without a credit check. The first place, the guy didn't care. We had $9,000 to give him or whatever it was, $6,000.
Right.
And the second place, I took over someone else's lease, and the guy was just pleased as punch. He didn't even run my credit, And then this place is friends. Our landlord are friends of my wife's, not mine. He's rapidly becoming my enemy.
That's no fun.
They always say make sure your landlords and stuff aren't your friends.
I know it sucks. I broke every rule, but I get to finish the space. It's a great space. It's huge. It's about 1,300 square feet. It's 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, but it's got a big living room and like a middle parlor that are together.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's it's a double parlor basically, and then a big ass fucking kitchen
Oh, that is nice.
with the storage in the place sucks, but there's like a hallway that we use as a linen closet. And then there is a pantry in the kitchen that's pretty cool, but it's got like our Christmas shit in it. You know what I mean? Because we have too much shit. And then in the front hallway, because we live on the second floor, you come up the front stairs. The upstairs landing is just all our fucking extra shit. And downstairs, you got to go like this to get to the stairs because all our yard sale shit is there. And I got the whole front porch fucking a huge fucking, I don't know, 12-foot by 4-foot fucking stack of shit out on the porch covered in blue tarps. I just have too much shit. And I'm trying to move out of my storage unit.
Oh, God.
What I need is to get another storage unit. That's what I really
Yeah.
need.
It sounds
more
like you need to get rid of a
organizers.
bunch of shit.
But here, I've been
You
doing...
could get like the pop-up closet type organizers too.
Yeah, but see, that's the other thing. The
or
only...
is there no room for that either?
Well, no, the closets... One closet is redone, and then the other closet right now is the only unfinished space in the whole place. But that backed up to the plumbing and I was gonna do laundry hookups up there. He gave me permission to do that, but I just ran out of money when I was renovating it, So I didn't finish that closet yet. I got to run all the piping from the, it's whatever.
Having your own laundry though is nice.
Yeah, well now I'm paying.
I know.
So I'm doing the laundry in his basement, and because there's rats down there, my wife won't go. So I got to do all the laundry. 2 weeks ago, I said, fuck it. I had like 80, 90 pounds of laundry, like 3 weeks worth. I brought it to the laundromat. I said, how much? They're like $1.50 a pound. I'm like, go. Turns out it was like 70 pounds. It was $115. They washed it. They fucking dried it. They pressed it. They folded it and put it in neat
They
bags.
did it for you?
$115 for like I'm like, that is so worth it. It would have cost me like $40 to do it at home, and then I would have had to fold it. You know what I mean? But they even like pressed
Wow.
it. So I thought that was a good deal.
Her dad goes to the laundromat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our dryer at home still works, so we wash it and then bring it back home to dry it.
Do you know I have a brand new washing machine I tried to give him and he wouldn't take it?
No?
He says,
I don't
fuck him.
I like going to the laundromat.
No, he says he saves a lot of money because otherwise the thing's always running.
Right.
Oh yeah, water bill, I guess.
Water and electricity.
Water and electricity.
Two great tastes that go great together.
So he goes down to the mat and he says he likes it.
Yeah, we go to the same one. But I do the same thing that you do. Well, you didn't really purposely do it, but I end up doing it all the time. Just wait 3 weeks before doing laundry. I wait until there's no more space in my laundry that's just overpiling.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I got to do it now. And I have like 3 loads worth.
What if you can do your wash in the dishwasher?
3 loads. I had I'm talking 13 or 14
Oh.
loads of laundry. It was crazy. I'm literally talking about 3 tall hampers, a big ass fucking, and then an egg box. I had 5 things I brought
fuck.
in there, man.
I just had like
Literally
3
70
baskets worth.
pounds. Literally 70 pounds.
That's why it came out to that much.
Yeah. Now, actually, it was $1.25. If they will pick it up at your house for an extra quarter a pound.
So what were
Like,
you
it
doing?
was-
Just kept buying clothes because you were
No,
running out
I
of
got a lot of-
clean underwear and whatnot?
No, because I would do that on the fly. You wouldn't even know, like these T-shirts right here. I have literally like 35 of these. You know what I mean? So I always have clothes, and you're right. I do need some underwear. Because you wear through that shit, and I'm almost.
Yeah.
I'm probably down to 9 or 10 pairs. I could use another 10 or 20 pairs. You know what I mean? Underwear is key. And
I always
and
like
lots
to
of
have
it is
extra
underrated.
underwear.
Socks are
Like-
good
Yep,
too.
extra underwear and socks.
So I'll show you the photo later. I went on my honeymoon, and my wife's not a light packer, and I just am. So she had this big ass. I mean, as big
Girls
as
aren't.
big as a person fucking thing, right? I had a gym bag like this. I walked on with sandals, underwear, shorts, a tank top, and then a short sleeve shirt to,
Mm-hmm.
I only wore it on the plane, And then in my bag, I had another pair of shorts, 4 more tank tops because we had laundry where we were staying, so I didn't need 100 of them. I just washed them as I sweat through them, and every pair of underwear I owned. But I could stuff it. I stuffed it all in that bag.
Ugh.
I had nothing.
Packing like that would give me such anxiety.
It's crazy.
I'm like your wife. I will pack.
I washed laundry
everything.
every night there.
Now, if you moved to New Bedford, how would you do our podcast?
I would still
I drove.
make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm not moving to New Bedford. Relax.
You know, you could move on.
She won't move to New Bedford. She works here now. She works 2 seconds from here. She works at, you know where.
Aren't there places along the way that are cheaper?
No, man.
Not like
The
Marion,
cheapest
but
is New Bedford and Fall River around me. So
Taunton used to be cheap,
how
but
about
it's
like
not anymore.
Rehoboth or something like that?
No, man.
I'm not going because that's closer to Rhode Island.
There's no-
Ivan works in Boston, so he doesn't want to go further
Right.
that way.
There's rental houses in Rehoboth. There's no apartments in Rehoboth. You know what I mean?
What's
That's
the other
country.
town
That's like
down there?
Carver. Huh?
Yeah, you're true.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Fairhaven, but it's
What about like Tiverton? No,
That's way too far out.
yeah.
yeah, that's Fall Riverish.
Yeah, no. Well, I can't move that way because she doesn't want to go that way. She's from Rochester. She's never moving that way again. You know what I mean? She made her way from
No.
Rochester to over
Well,
here.
Rochester, that whole tri-town is expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying she don't want to go past Rochester to get to New Bedford. You know, you're thinking of a Acushnet, Joe. I think a Acushnet you could
Where I live.
even a Acushnet, it's like $13.50 for a 2-bedroom,
Well,
one
there's
bath. You
like-
know what I mean?
I think it would be awesome if I could find a little apartment and cushion it too, just because I'm not a homebody, but in a way I am too.
Yeah.
I love like going out, having fun, and when I was a kid, I could sleep over my friend's house for a week. But when it comes down to it, I want to live near home.
And Apple Peach in a couple weeks, right?
Well, your father doesn't
Yeah,
believe you're
September
actually looking
10th.
for a place.
Huh?
He doesn't believe you're actually looking.
No one does. I don't know why. I really
because
don't know
it's
why.
free.
Yeah. Well,
Well, what we would really like is if Chuchi could. She's
Die?
not gonna. Well, yeah,
just up and perish.
I would
That's not
take that
really
little
nice,
couple
your
because she
aunt.
doesn't
Great
pay
aunt.
anything. Ivan and I would give my dad rent for the little apartment.
Well,
And
she,
Zoe
to be
wouldn't
fair
have
to her,
to-
she paid to build it.
Yeah, but still.
Oh, that was the addition?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I have barely any memory of any of that.
Or like,
I don't
Oh,
think I
my
actually
God.
painted it. I know my guys
Finally
did. I don't think I worked there.
move out, and maybe Ivan and I could make something out of the big room above the garage, like build like a little.
Yeah, that's a
Wall
nice
type
spot
thing.
up there.
Hmm.
I mean,
I already have a plan. When in the future, when I do move out and like get a house, I'm bringing my dad with me.
well, that's nice. That's was my plan with my daughter. I'm like, I don't have a retirement plan. She's kind of it. But I up and got me a young wife, so I probably won't have to depend on that. Although my daughter's going to make way more than my wife makes, so I don't know. Maybe she'll take
Your
both
daughter
of
will
us
still
in.
take care of you.
I hope so. Because
My kid just turned 29 today.
amazing, huh?
Today's her birthday. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Happy birthday, Anna. I know you don't listen, but that's okay.
Yeah, happy
birthday
B-Day.
is on my birthday.
Who's this?
Camden. He's
It was
the
your
9th.
birthday too.
The 9th.
Yeah.
Isn't Cam's
happy
birth-
belated.
Yes.
I didn't know that was your birthday
Which,
too.
doesn't somebody else have the 14th?
No, Aiden was the 8th. Cam was the 9th. You were the 9th.
Yeah.
Today's Anna's.
Well,
She turned 29.
29.
Wow.
Wowsy.
Next year she's going to be 30.
Almost the dirty 30s.
I mean, and
20s are over.
and then you're all done, man. You hit 30 and you're just done. Not to
No,
be
I-
cynical. Is that cynical?
No, I heard the 30s
Yeah.
are fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. You're you get some earning potential going on. So, but
I heard that's when, you finally like settle down, you found your job in your own place, and now that's when you're, I don't know, comfortable with your money and spending it how you want. Like now, 20s, that's a struggle. You don't know where you're going, how you.
don't
what
ever
you're doing.
get any credit cards. Just don't ever do
I
it.
actually don't have one
Good.
still.
Don't
I
get
just
one.
have my debit card.
Pay your
Pretty
fucking
good about
utility
saving
bill.
money. The problem is I don't make any money. I make shit money.
Yeah.
Well, Massachusetts minimum wage is going up to $15 an hour.
That's still a couple years away, ain't it?
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, man.
But then that doesn't matter because everything else will go up.
Lots of people we know and love will be dead by then.
You think?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty
Could
dark.
be.
I was feeling a little dark earlier.
You know who's Doc, I have to.
Omarosa?
I got a problem.
Oh, no.
I need to go upstairs and go to the bathroom, and
Listen-
I don't believe
listen-
I'm coming back.
You didn't have to. You didn't
Yeah.
have to
I
even
got an
announce
issue.
it. Oh, really, buddy?
Can you guys round this out? Do
Yeah,
about
I'll
an
round it
hour?
out. Yeah.
You guys do it about an hour.
I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Utilities not included.
Right. Well, yeah, most of them utilities are not going to be included. I mean, if you find a place that utilities are included, it's probably a high-end apartment anyway. You know what I mean? I don't know. But so what is it you do every day now?
I work for Home Instead Senior Care.
Okay.
And that is basically every day. This whole summer, I've only had Sundays off.
So, do you have aspirations to become degreed in the healthcare field?
Yes, so I just got my associates in general health and sciences.
All right, that rings a bell. Okay.
So what I want to do is get into the occupational therapy assistant program,
Right.
which I'm going to apply this fall, which the program won't even start till next fall.
Sure.
Because I missed, how
Yeah.
long it takes.
Sure.
So that's a 2-year program. So then I'll do that, work as an assistant for a while. And then my goal is to eventually go back to school again and become the therapist.
Right. Excellent. Yeah, I do remember.
So that's all years ahead, but
But you got a plan at least.
yeah.
And then how does your stint with the U.S. Army fit into all that?
Well, I'm going to be out in January, so
For good, forever?
yeah, I don't want to re-enlist.
Okay. And how long have you been in?
That'll make 6 years.
And is that one long enlistment, or is that broken up? I know nothing about it.
Well, for the guards, so the first year and a half, I was out training in Missouri,
Yeah.
and then for the rest of the time, I was in my military police unit in Taunton.
Okay.
So it was never. I was just in that the whole time,
Right.
going to various trainings, doing various state activations.
Right. So it wasn't all that exciting?
In the beginning, it was. I thought it was really cool. Thought I was going to do a lot of different schools and stuff. But then it just started to piss me off a lot. I couldn't go to my grandma's funeral.
Right. That blows.
Something I'll never forget. And then, they pay for school, and that's awesome. It's helped me out so much. But in the end, it's not really well balanced. I've missed a lot of school because
Right.
of the Army.
Do you get a check from that as well? Or is that just paid for your school?
The one weekend a month, yeah. And if we get a state activation, it's like $100 a day with my rank.
Okay.
And for the 2 weeks that we leave in the summer for training, you get again for my rank specialist, $2,000
Oh, for the weekend?
for the 2 weeks.
For the 2 weeks, I got
yeah,
you.
not for the weekend.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's better than a kick in the head anyway.
Yeah.
So then
well,
you got
a lot of the people who have better jobs, who are cops and stuff,
Yeah.
they're getting paid less from the
Well,
Army. So they
you know.
always say, oh, we'd rather be working
Yeah, but
right
I'll tell you
now.
right now, they're getting their vacation pay anyway, so you know what I mean? But yeah, they'd be rather working and getting overtime. But
Yep,
you
or
got to
doing
take
their
vacation at some
details.
time. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So you have your full-time gig, you do that. Do you have any other part-time jobs? I mean, you sound
No.
wicked busy. You don't have time for all that.
Because, I've picked up so much time this summer. I've thought about it so much. The summer has gone by, and I feel like I haven't done anything
I feel like that
summerish.
every summer, and I was supposed to go to the beach this year. I haven't even thought
I've noticed every year it's just been more working. And
it's been a year.
this has been my least favorite summer.
Yeah, I got to get to the beach. This blows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to.
But it ain't going to happen. Just life is too busy right now. It's
Last
crazy.
summer, I worked a lot, but I also managed to find a lot of beach time. I think it's because I worked more nights. So I went to the beach a lot, but this This summer, me and my friends, every time I'll have a day off, they won't. So
Yeah.
none of us have really been to the
So
beach.
what's your and Ivan's schedules like? Do you see each
So-
other enough? Or?
He's 9 to 5, Monday through Friday,
Okay.
and weekends off. So, and I only have Sundays off. So we really see each other mostly at night.
Yeah.
Not like late at night, because the latest I like to work till is like 5 or 8.
Well, that's like most couples in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just see each other at night. I didn't even see my wife until like 9 o'clock, 4 nights during the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
just not
everyone's
home.
at work.
Yeah, she works 2 jobs. I do this twice a week. I see my kids twice a week. You know what I mean? It's pretty wacky. The constraints on time as a friggin' adult in America. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty wild.
And school's coming up next month.
So what does that mean for you? What does that mean? School's coming up.
Even busier.
So how many classes are you going to be taking?
I'm just going to be taking 3 this semester. But like I said, I'm still going to be working full time.
Doesn't
I
that
have
technically
to.
make you a full-time student? 3 classes, or is it 4?
Yeah.
So you're going to
I
be
think-
full-time working and full-time studenting. That's fucking crazy, man.
That's what I always had
You're
to
a
do.
maniac. It is what it is. My ex was like that.
Yeah. Well, you
She
know,
worked full-time and was a full-time student.
I'm not like 16 anymore. I have my own bills.
Oh, yeah,
Which
man.
luckily I love living rent free at home because
Well,
good right
hopefully
now. I'm
you're saving
saving
a
up.
little coin. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
so it's just, I have my AT&T bill, a car payment, and car bill. And I also get my own groceries because I'm vegetarian and whatnot.
yeah.
So
It's good to toss that in there,
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean?
hmm
You, so when you say you're a vegetarian, how do you get your protein?
Well, I'm actually technically pescatarian. I just
Okay,
don't want to
that's
sound
cool.
stupid
Yeah,
saying
no,
that.
I
So I
know.
eat fish.
That's cool.
But,
But you don't eat, like, cheese or even
oh,
eggs?
no, I do.
Okay.
I have eggs and dairy.
Okay, that's cool. You're just not eating the flesh. I got
Yeah,
you.
I don't have the chicken, turkey.
Beef, pork, that
Mhm.
whole rave.
Yep.
No, I got you.
Uh,
So you get plenty of protein. That's plenty right there. You don't
Yeah.
even need to.
yeah.
So you basically
And
just
because
eat
I eat
nice
fake
and clean.
meat too. Morningstar brand.
But that's just like, isn't that just bean curd or whatever?
No, there's
Soybeans or whatever?
there's protein in that, like mostly whey or soy
Oh, they
product.
add that. All right, I got you. Yeah, yeah.
So there's protein in that. Most of it's really good. I love the
I've
Morningstar.
I've had it. I've had the Morningstar breakfast sausage, and damn, it tasted just like Jimmy Dean. You know what I mean? Or
It's good.
Brownsville, or what? Johnsonville. That's the other one.
Yep.
Is Ivan also vegetarian?
No, he's a meat eater, but he's not like douchey about it. He'll try what I make and stuff, and he
sure.
likes it.
Oh, good.
I mean, food's food to him. He just likes to eat.
So how long have you known him?
Known him for like 3 years.
And you
Yeah.
met him at school, or
His school. So
yeah?
my cousin Dave, Leslie, my dad's sister.
Yeah.
Her son, he goes to UMass Amherst. And my friend from the Army goes to UMass Amherst. So when I was visiting cousin, I visited my friend in the Army too.
Okay.
And his best friend was Ivan. So that's how I met Ivan.
Awesome.
Going to a bar one night.
Oh, really? You literally met him at the bar, or walking
No,
to
before the bar. When I met Brandon, my Army friend.
Okay.
And we were having like a fireball drinking contest.
Oh my God.
And that's how it all started.
Talk about diarrhea. Talk about running to the bathroom. Oh, which reminds me.
Oh,
I always bring him 2 shots to the show, and that means he didn't drink it. I'm gonna have.
oh,
You want one?
yep.
All right.
I'm going to be having Joe's other shot because he has diarrhea. Sorry, Joe.
That's all right. He gets 2 fresh ones. That's the deal. He
Oh, you're
supplies the
taking
beer.
a vodka one?
Yeah, that's right. You got the fireball.
Oh, thanks.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Cheers.
Well, that was fun.
Oh, quick fun fact.
Go ahead.
I don't take shots good.
Oh well, most.
I take them like a.
That's because you're not an
pussy.
alcoholic. That's because you're not an alcoholic, Gabby. I'm a fucking alcoholic from way back.
Yeah.
Even like you
Well-
asked me earlier, you're like, "Oh, you're drinking."
Well,
So
because
I
you
had a-
told me you're doing that diet
Yeah,
thing.
well, a lot has happened in my life since then. Unfortunately, my son
it
had
has been a while.
my son had a health scare about a month ago, and when I knew that he was all right, I started drinking again, and I fell
Oh.
off my diet. But
So
my
he's
diet,
all right then.
yeah,
That's good.
he's gonna be fine. But it
Good.
took about 2 weeks, maybe a little more, till I knew that he was gonna be all right. And as soon as I knew he was gonna be all right, like people like talk about stress eating or stress drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I like relief.
Yeah.
I was like relief drinking and relief eating. So I had like
You
a
needed
couple.
it.
I had a couple because I had lost 56 pounds. I don't know where I was when I saw you. I was probably around the 30, 35. I lost another 20, 21 real quick, you know.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
So I've put back on like 3 or 4 pounds, and I didn't drink a lot. Like I haven't. One night I drank like 9 beers, and then I've had a couple of. That's like not drinking, right?
That's fine.
I know, I love it. You're just like, that's not drinking, Al. To a lot of people, 9 beers, that's a lot of calories. I mean,
Well,
that's why I
yeah.
lost 56
if you want
pounds.
to count the calories.
Well, that's why I lost 56 pounds, because if you count the calories, I was drinking 50,000 calories
Ugh,
a week in
Don't
booze.
tell me. That's why I'm gaining the pounds.
You know what I mean?
That's because I stopped.
It's the easiest.
Exercising.
Well, you have to exercise. Me too. But even me, if I don't drink and I eat salad and chicken and egg whites,
Yeah, well, everyone would look good on it.
I'm just saying, then it's easy to lose the weight. But you got to. But anyway, so I fucking started eating bread. I had a few beers. I didn't drink any whiskey. I did have 1 or 2 of those, but that's like schnapps. It's like whiskey-colored schnapps. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's basically been vodka and light beer, and I know that I will quit again, but I'm weak, so there it is.
It's good for now, though, right? It's the summer, the
It
end
is.
of summer.
I know. And then with me and my wife, like I told you, we're wacky. We got married. I had been living with her, right? I moved out. Me and my ex-wife get along fine now, but I had to move out. We didn't even hate each other. We had an amicable divorce. We didn't have lawyers or anything. We didn't even have a mediator, you know? I basically just gave her everything, basically.
That's nice.
And said, I'll pay this much when I can, because I was one of those construction workers who, you know, you're trying to like not
don't
work
always-
as that much. You're just
Yeah.
trying to make as much money as you can quickly, and you know, then take a
and then
couple
have
weeks
a chunk
off.
to chill with.
Yeah. So anyway, I forgot what my point was. Why was I telling you that brief history of me?
And your ex-wife.
Oh, my wife now. I was trying to. What were we talking about? I said my wife now.
we were talking about drinking.
God damn it! Oh yeah, we're weirdos. So I lived with her for a while, and then I had told her that once I'm done with child support, we'll get married, which would have been like next spring. Because my oldest daughter is actually, I'm paying support on her longer than my son, because he went to OC and he graduated. And
Really?
he works full time.
Oh, wait. So if you're still paying, they must be not 18.
No. You pay right through. My daughter's in college, so I still pay.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah, I pay child support till she's done with college.
Oh, I didn't
So they're
know
done
that.
with school. Like, so my son's, he graduated a year early, and he graduated high school, and he's a machinist. He works at a machine and tool shop. I don't have to pay child support for him. Although I did miss enough over the last few years where I'm continuing to pay like I paid for him. But that's another. So I got married to this woman, Kat. You haven't met her. Hopefully you guys will meet. You guys would actually hit it off. She's not that much older than you. And she said to me one night, she goes, "You're not going to fucking marry me." I go, "What?" I said, "I told you." She goes, "You're just saying that to put it off." I said, "I'll tell you what. Fucking set it up." And this was like this was a year ago. I go, "Fucking end of September, beginning of October, make it happen. It ain't going to be a big show.
Just plan the wedding like
Just
that?
fucking, we'll get married on the beach somewhere. 2 witnesses. So she put it together. Her friend Sam, we bought her the license to be a solemnizer that day.
Oh, to be the one to marry you guys?
Yep. So we bought her the license. My friend Keith and his significant other Gina, who Kat loves and has become friends with, they're both in their late 50s. Actually, they're both older than her parents, which is kind of wacky. He's my friend from playing music, and Gina's just a sweetie. They were our witnesses. And we got married on Nelson Street Beach September 29th last year at sundown.
What beach is that? Where is that?
You know Plymouth at all?
Eh.
It's North Plymouth. It's the beach as far as you can go in North. It's
So
north
was it
downtown.
on White Horse?
No.
That's like
the
the
direct
beach I
opposite
know.
of town. Direct
Okay.
opposite, all the way up by by North Plymouth. But anyway, we actually got married in the parking lot, not on the beach. At the last minute, she decided she needed her mom there, so her mom, her sister, her brother-in-law, her father-in-law, they came. So we didn't go on our honeymoon till June, like I was telling you, when I packed my little bag. And now, on September 29th this year, the first anniversary, we're having our wedding reception.
No way.
Yeah. So we're kind of wacky. We kind of spread the whole thing out. You know what I mean?
That's pretty.
Yeah. So it's going to be at the VFW.
You went to wedding to honeymoon, back to wedding reception.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It's crazy, right? So we
At
rented.
least you're still having it, because that's like one of the funnest parts is the reception.
Yeah. And the band that I'm in with my son, we're going to play it. We're going to play 2-hour-long sets in the middle of it. So it's basically going to just be like a fun rock show.
Sounds like fun.
We got like 90 people coming. We're not even really, it's 5 to 10 that night, and we're doing, I don't know if she's got enough food planned, but we're making like, charcuterie boards with the fucking, it's basically like.
Oh, what of?
It's, like cheese and fucking smoked meat and peppers
okay.
and pickles and fancy crackers, but just like.
Yeah, were those called hors
mushrooms.
d'oeuvres? Like,
Yeah, but
have
it's
like hors d'oeuvres.
it's
and
mostly heavy hors d'oeuvres, and then they're doing, her and her friend are making like 3 fancy homemade soups, like 2 gallons of each of it. And then at the end of the night, if people are still hungry, I'll order pizza from Papa Gino's. I don't know, you know what I mean?
Honestly, that's my cousin's wedding was in June. There was, they had like the meals and stuff, but after that, when we were all drinking stuff, because there was like 5 kegs, open bar, everyone just ended up ordering Domino's. Domino's came to the wedding.
Well, that's funny.
But at that point, I don't remember eating the pizza. You know what I mean? But
wow. So when you're partying like that, and like you said, you can't remember, what is the intoxicants of choice?
I don't like dark liquor, but if I'm really drunk, I'll drink it, I guess.
You mean like rum or whiskey?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
amber colored liquid. That's what that's called.
like
You like vodka and gin? Or
yeah.
Or clear tequila?
yes.
Probably like your vodka is what I'm guessing.
But yeah, I'll do like, because I kind of like skinny drinking, vodka, soda water.
Vodka is the only. This is why I drink it. I used to drink whiskey, but whiskey is it's sugar.
But I can't take a shot of vodka. I
Vodka
can't really take a shot
is
of
the
anything.
only carb-free booze. It's literally carb-free.
Even the cheap ass vodka?
Yeah, it's carb-free.
But what? I didn't know that.
Look it up. Look it
But
up.
it's like made from potatoes.
No, it isn't. It's made from
not?
grain. Yeah, it's made from grain, but it's still
Even-
carb-free. All the sugar is
fuck
gone.
Yeah, then.
The sugar burns off. Where with like, well,
it makes me feel
by
even better
definition,
now after having like 13
by
vodka
definition,
sodas.
the one with the most sugar in it is
Tequila?
no, is rum, because rum is distilled from molasses, which is sugar, sweet sugar cane. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's literally booze from the sugar plant is what rum is. That's why it's fucking delicious. And that's why it gives you a hangover too, I guess. I only briefly flirted with rum in college. We drank a lot of Captain Morgan's. But other than that,
It's still popular.
I remember having Bacardi and Cokes at a couple people's weddings.
Those are good.
Yeah, but see, that's the other thing. You can drink that
But
shit when you're young.
A lot
When
of my
you're
friends
50,
They love Captain and Ginger or
Yeah.
Jack and Ginger.
Yeah, but see, you can do that when you're young, and the soda is as bad for you as the fucking booze when you're an old person. You're just not supposed to drink soda. You know what I mean? It's just so bad. But sugar has a lot. Beer's got a lot of sugar. Iced tea. Oh, you're drinking a
Soda.
Twisted Tea? That probably has a ton of fucking sugar in it. You know
Twisted
what I mean?
tea and spiked seltzers are like those seltzer mixy drinks. Those are my summer beers.
Those are nice because I don't think those have any carbs in them. Those
There
do. That
is,
does,
but
no doubt.
The spiked seltzers.
That's just.
It's not. I don't think it's 100% carb free, but
You know
there's
what-
a lot.
You know what that reminds
close
me
to
of?
none.
The original. It was even before wine coolers, right? There was they call it a malt. It was called Zima. Yeah, Zima. That's what the spiked seltzers
Is it
remind
like
me
a
of.
clear bottle?
Yeah.
I actually
Way
had
old.
one of those.
What, did
My
someone have
cousin-
one left over from fucking 1990?
I don't know. My cousin gave me one. She was like, "This is the original spiked seltzer."
It had to
Have
be
it."
25 years
and I was
old.
like, "This is great."
It wasn't bad, right?
No, it was
Yeah.
good.
But then I forget who put it out. But then they got it. It got all ripped off and stuff. It's just amazing now. You can walk into a pack. It wasn't like that. I sound like an old guy, but it was like package stores weren't as fun back then as they are now. Package stores rule now. Now they like on the weekend when me and my wife had the Saturday and figuring out what the weekend's drinking's going to be, we might visit, I'm not even kidding, 4 or 5 different packies to get different things because this is cheap over here, this is cheap
Yep.
over there. And
you
well,
get
it
to,
ain't
like-
cheap over there, but they have it and we can't find anybody. So, you know
And
what
you
I
have
mean?
your packy guide too, like in
Yeah.
a Cushionit. There's Chuck Liquors,
Okay.
which originated in New Bedford, and they brought one to a Cushionit. So me and my friends are so happy
Good.
because it's a cheap one. And the guy knows me if I'm going in and not getting wine. He's like, "Oh, no wine today," because I like wine too,
I got to
but
say,
casually, right?
the small town packy is generally expensive because I know you said you got a good one in a cushion. You know Rochester a little bit, right? There's 3 packies there.
I
There's
only goes like the
Adrian's.
Plum Corner one.
Plum Corner is so fucking expensive. It's ridiculous. And then I know New England Farms is Lloyd's. Lloyd's got bought out by New England Farms, by the way. I think it's still
Oh, no
called
shit.
Lloyd. Yeah, but that's like Plum Corner and Lloyd's. They're both out of their fucking minds.
Yeah,
Adrian's at Mary's
there's
Pond.
wicked strict too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, shit. Like I gotta show my if I go in there and buy a nip, I gotta show my ID. Mm-hmm. No shit.
Like Ivan's wasn't expired, but it almost was, and she was like, "Your ID's almost expired, by the way." And Ivan's like, "Okay, but it's still good, right?" And she's like, "Yeah," but like she almost didn't want to like serve him because it was almost expired, but it wasn't.
Was that Lloyd's or Plum Corner?
Plum Corner?
Yeah, Plum Corner. They're like
Bitches.
Nazis. They're Nazis. You know what I mean? There's a lot of package
I don't
store
even know.
Nazis.
The only reason why we stop there is if we're like we forget to grab something and we're actually on the way here to like seeing Joe or
Sure.
our other aunts and uncle in Plymouth.
So how did you? Joe told me a couple minutes before you're coming that you might be coming. Did you call him? Did he call you? Did you bump into him?
No,
or-
my dad was here earlier.
Oh, he's
so
always here on Tuesdays, right?
yeah. So I was like, oh, I don't have anything to do tonight for once. So if you're there, just let Joe know. I'll
By the
be
way,
by.
what a great part-time job your dad's had for the past 20 or whatever years.
Mm-hmm.
I've known your dad for a long time, and as long as I've known him, I think he's worked for Joe on Tuesdays.
And he'll try like one other day out of the week.
I'm
too.
talking even when Joe lived by Morton Park. You might not even remember that. How old are you?
23 next
Oh,
month.
man.
So.
You wouldn't remember that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're
very
talking
young.
about.
Yeah,
Morton
yeah.
Park.
Well, I mean, he didn't always live here, obviously. Mm-hmm. You don't remember Joe living anywhere but here?
No.
Okay, that's cool. It's wacky. So, yeah, so as long as that, at the very least, as long as that, your father has worked for him on Tuesdays.
Really?
Which means your dad has had the same work schedule for, I think Joe's been here for 18 years or 19 years. So that means
Yeah.
your dad is basically, maybe not the same exact schedule, but had Tuesdays off from his main
And
gig,
yeah.
which is he the fish cutter or a meat cutter or both? I forget.
Both, I think.
Is that
But mainly fish. But I think he
Is
does
that a
both.
union? That's a union gig at Stop
Yeah.
and Shop. It's Stop and Shop, right?
Yep.
My
union.
old man was a Stop and Shop guy forever. I worked at Stop and Shop for a few years when I was young, when I was a kid. But your dad's got an interesting work setup. That's. I tell you what.
He has fun though, because now he works with Uncle Alan.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, what
on
do you
the
mean?
Tuesdays.
Oh, on Tuesdays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've been doing that for a while.
Oh yeah, not now I guess, but now he has now they has a smartphone and we set Snapchat up for him. He
For your
Snapchats
dad?
me.
Oh, that's too funny.
He Snapchats like my Uncle Alan all the time while they're working.
There's
You
no
know,
way
has
Alan
beer
has a
with
smartphone, is there?
God, no, I don't think so.
By the way, Alan is awesome.
Yeah,
I love
he
that
is.
guy. I haven't
He's
got to
so
spend
funny.
too much time with him. I'm dying to get him down here. He won't do it. I know your dad won't do it either, but how great would Alan be? Because you should
Oh, he'd be fucking
because
funny.
the reason why we did this, Joe said to me, "Let's do a podcast," and I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Literally, I had no idea what he was talking about. Right? So he started to explain it to me, and I'm like, all right, listen, if somehow we can capture the spirit of our conversations in the cabana, because there's a lot of times where Joe's there on that one side and I'm on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if we can kind of capture the spirit of that, that's cool, which we kind of have. But for about 4 or 5 years, that always included your Uncle Alan. Your dad would be
Cabana,
around.
yeah.
But your dad
Cabana
would be
talks.
around once in a while, and it would be like 3 or 4 of us. But I spent a lot of time in that cabana with just me, Joe, and Alan. And Alan would, and this is actually how we sat. Alan was where you were. I was here. Joe was there. I'd love to get him down here, but he's old school. He thinks
You have to like
he's
trick him
afraid of
into
a
it.
microphone. You know what I mean? And it's all. No one's listening anyway, so who cares? We're just having
Just
fun.
start
you know?
off with drinking and then just slowly
I think-
slide the microphone to him.
I wish. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Because originally I thought we were going to have it over there. And Joe's like, no, we're gonna fucking sit the fucking. He built a table for this. You know what I mean? And
Not surprised.
It's like it's a shitty little setup, but you know what? Everything's here and it's fine. I would love to get. I gotta get your dad down here too.
It's
but
not
Alan would be
shitty.
crazy.
You guys just need some womanly organizing.
You know what? You know what happens is Joe. Both
Has
Joe.
a lot of shit.
Yeah, Joe and I are both we're kind of the same. Like it's his spot. I don't have anything. Yeah, I come in, I put all my shit right there, and I leave. I try to clean up after myself, but as you can see, he has a lot of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't got a lot of places to put all his stuff. For a while there was literally nothing in here. Then all of a sudden the guitars were in here, and the amps. And
I know. The
was just-
cabanas filled with stuff.
oh my
always.
God, the cabana's crazy. Have you been in that shed over there?
No.
That's fucking nuts
No.
over there. He's got like a full welding shop over there. Oh, and then he built this. Remember, this wasn't
yeah.
here. He's got a
so
fully
different.
functioning wood shop. You know what I mean? He actually bought a lathe and a milling machine, and he has nowhere to
This
put it.
wasn't the. There's still the garage, right?
Oh yeah, and then there's a 2-car garage over
Oh
there.
yeah, because this. Yeah, that's not.
This
the
was under the
garage.
deck. This,
Oh,
however,
yeah.
however, used to be another garage door for them. This used to be his motorcycle garage door there before he built the apartment. This was all unfinished. And this section that we're in here was his motorcycle shop. So when he built the house, he did build a special entrance. But that's long gone. It doesn't even look that way anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's because Joe's
It's crazy how
a
so
maniac.
much changes and.
You know what? Change is okay, though, Gabby. Embrace change. You know why? Because you can't go backwards. All you can do is learn from your experiences. Change is okay. You know what I mean? Or are you nostalgic?
I'm both.
Yeah.
I miss. There's just things that you miss a lot. But obviously, you realize you can't do anything about it because it's in the past. Like, just stupid little shit like being a kid, those childhood memories,
Yeah.
how good times were.
Do you look back
Like,
on...
I feel like I had such a good childhood.
I feel like I had a pretty good childhood, too. But I got to say, I don't know if I was a little mental because I don't know. I was treated for depression in my late 20s, early 30s. I don't really remember being that happy in my late teens and early 20s. But as a little kid, yeah, man, life was great. If I could go back to it's probably pre-puberty. I'm pretty sure puberty fucked with my head. I'm not even kidding.
Doesn't it make you feel bad for kids now? The way you see how I feel like kids don't have
They don't have a
really
childhood?
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know this Acushnet cop, he was telling me, like, so I live near this street called Holly Ave. When I was a kid, me and all our neighborhood friends, we would go play Ding Dong Ditch or something stupid, go play Manhunt, run throughout the people's yards and stuff. But it was like all innocent fun, really. We weren't doing anything really bad. And now it just seems like everyone is old there because I don't ever see anyone like out in their houses. The cop told me that a bunch of kids live in that neighborhood on Holly Ave. And I'm like, are you serious?
Really?
I never see children out there. Never see anyone, running around. Because it's like an off of Main Street. So they could like ride their bikes on that street if they
but
want.
Everyone's fucking inside playing computer games. I don't want to
But
sound
that
like
makes
an
me
old
so
fart.
sad.
It is sad. It is sad.
Me and my best friend Allison, we grew up neighbors. We used to meet up with our bikes every morning and ride our bikes to a pond, like right down the street. Rode our bikes everywhere.
Every day of my life as, a preteen, say, and maybe even into early teens, every day of my life with the people who I lived with in my neighborhood, we were lucky to grow up in a subdivision, and there were a lot of boys my age and a couple years older and a couple years younger. Every day, at any time, we were either playing sandlot baseball, pickup football, pickup basketball, pickup hockey at any time. And if that wasn't going on and the girls were involved, because unfortunately that was long enough ago where that type of sexist shit was going on. There was one girl who played hockey with us, but no other girls. We would, if they wanted to play, we'd play fucking dodgeball or kick the can.
Yeah.
Until fucking your parents are like, get the fuck home. You know what I mean? You could
and
not
they didn't
get
really
us.
have to worry because they knew you just out playing.
They knew we were somewhere in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And without there being a plan, everybody looked out for everybody else's kids. Yeah. You didn't have to fucking helicopter around them, but you could go like this.
And remember,
Or
none of us had
look out.
phones either. Like
Nobody
our cell
had
phones.
a fucking phone. I remember the first time I saw a mobile cell phone that wasn't in a bag. I was driving cab. It was only 1992. That's not that long ago. That's 26 years ago. To me,
Still wasn't born yet.
I know, but that's the first time I saw one. They had the tall ships coming into Plymouth, and I was driving cab. And there was a guy who was hawking T-shirts, and he had like 8 people working for him hawking T-shirts. And he's like, fuck, man. He was ordering more T-shirts on the phone, and he hired me to drive him up to the mall. The mall was new. To get clothes, because he's like, I wasn't planning on being here all weekend, but it looks like I'm going to sell a lot of T-shirts. He was talking into a phone. I thought it was a gag. I thought it was a toy phone.
No way.
It's the first time I saw him. I was literally like, what is
And you're like, you didn't think it was real?
I didn't think it was even real. Didn't
That
even
is
think
so
it was
funny.
real. I might not have even seen a bag phone. You know what I mean when I say a bag phone?
No.
The first cell phones were
Like the fat one?
No, they were literally they came in a zip bag. Like the phone would
What?
come out and it was corded, and then in the bag was like the whole receiver and amplifier, and there was a fucking big antenna on it, but it was in a bag, and then they would pull it out and it had like the old cord, the old
Yeah. The
fucking
spiral.
curly cord on it, Those were the first cell phones.
That's how the cell phones came in a bag like that?
Yeah, but it was literally $2 a minute or something like that. It was crazy. Like, yeah, I think it was $2 a minute. He had one of them. He's always been on the forward edge of technology with the computers too. People didn't have fucking computers until like 2000. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's not that long ago. That's
'Cause even when you got
18
them, they
years
were
ago.
the dial up.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. The internet definitely was still dial-up in 1990. When I first got mine, it was just had started. If you had cable, your cable company might have had it. But yeah, when I first bought mine, I can't remember. I think it was 1998, like right before. I think it was right before Thanksgiving, 1998, when I got my first. Yeah, we were definitely dialing up, but it wasn't much longer. It was only a couple months where, all of a sudden, for $30 or $40, you could get it through your cable provider.
But
So I
then
didn't
that's
do it
when
that
you
long.
couldn't make a call while you're on the computer, right? Because if
Yes,
someone called and
yeah.
you're trying to get on the computer, it's like,
yes,
nope.
but they ironed that out pretty quick too. They did iron that out. You know what I mean?
I just remember those days playing the pinball game on it and Paint. And if I was lucky,
Paint.
if I finally got on the internet, I'd be playing like a Disney Channel game.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and
But
like,
it'd be so slow.
yeah,
I didn't know it was so slow. I would like have the patience for it because that's what I knew.
Yeah, my
like,
first computer's hard drive was like a gig, literally, which now is, I mean, what's a gig? It's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It does not hold a lot of info. But it got quick. I mean, I would say the computer I had that had an 8 gig hard drive I used right up until about 10 years ago. Now I just use laptops. They're disposable. They're fucking disposable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Do you have a desktop at home or anywhere?
I actually don't have my own laptop.
Yeah.
I used to. It died on me. I never really cared to get another one because my mom, my sister, my brother all had one. So I'm like, I'm not going to get one. All I really need one is for school. If I need a type of paper, my mom or
Right.
sister will let me borrow theirs.
Yeah, that's good. So you got all the internet you need right on your phone. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I don't ever surf the internet unless, I mean, if something weird like here, I usually have my laptop, but we've been using mine at home. We have fucking 4 laptops. I haven't been able to get another one over here.
Jeez.
So once in a while, I'll look here, but I gotta say, this fucking thing right here is a miracle.
Your phone?
It's a miracle.
It is.
I don't know where it is.
Ivan
Christ, I hope
also
no one's
actually
trying to
has
call
one,
me.
but
Oh,
that's
here it
what we use as our little TV. Because obviously
Yeah, yeah.
you
That
just
works
put
too.
Netflix on your laptop and you have a mini TV.
I had a Kindle for a while that I surfed the internet on, and I loved it.
Oh, I didn't know you could do it on Kindle.
I had
Figures,
I had
though.
a Kindle Fire, like one of the first Kindle Fires, and
Yep,
that was the deal.
I remember those.
It wasn't just a reader; you could get on the internet if you had good enough Wi-Fi in your house.
Like the whole internet wasn't just for like books or anything.
Yeah,
It
no.
was just-
Yeah, it was just like this. It's the same thing as this. So this,
Oh, I didn't know that about the
it
Kindles.
was the same fucking thing, but this thing, it's like an iPad. It was like a mini iPad, the Kindle Fire HD. I think I had. Somebody gave it to me as a gift. It was only like $250 10 years ago. But this phone. So my wife works at the local cable company, whose name we can't mention.
What, Comcast?
Yeah, that one. And
Sorry.
it's all right. I'll bleep it out. They started this for their employees last year. It's through the Verizon network, but now they do cell phones. So I got a cell phone. It's part of our package. Like her benefit package is awesome.
Like any kind of phone?
No. So you could get whatever the new iPhone was, and when I got this or the new Android, I don't like iPhones like Androids, and I've only had like 2 smartphones. Like I was a flip phone guy up until 3 years ago. But this is the S8 Plus Samsung, right? So at the time it was top of
That's
the
an Android.
yeah, it was top of the fucking food chain. You know what I mean? Now I think there's a 9 and a 10. Like when this came out, if you bought it, it was like $1,050. You can get one of these for $400 right now, which I think is a bargain because the thing is amazing. But so part of her benefits package is we both get a phone, and it just goes on our plan, and she gets. So we get phone service, we get internet, and we get all of the
Unlimited?
cable stations. Other than on like what you got to pay for on demand. And if you don't have it and it's not on, you call them and they'll put it on. Literally, I have all the cable stations. It's beautiful. For a guy like me, I watch a lot of soccer.
So like all the FX, those like
all of them. All the
Xfinity
HBOs.
is Comcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of my
Same thing.
clients, they have a lot of the channels too.
Mm-hmm.
My family and I haven't had cable in forever. We are we're just doing Netflix and Hulu.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey,
You get a lot with both of
I've
those.
watched a lot of TV
And they're
with
both,
it.
what,
I felt
$10 a
so
month?
caught up.
Was it $10 a month or something?
Oh, but my dad bought 8 to 10. Yeah,
yeah, it's nothing.
yeah.
And there's
so
plenty
my
of
dad
shit to watch.
bought a box though, which is also really cheap, just so he could get like the 4 stations so we can watch the news. The
Yeah.
antenna. The
Yeah,
antenna.
yeah. My buddy Luke has that, and his mom has it, and it comes in fucking awesome.
Yeah, and when it's raining, it'll come in a
Now,
little
what do you-
glitchy, but
Do you put it on a separate TV, or can you use it
No,
on the
same
same
TV.
Oh, so that
because
must. Is that a
it
coaxial
doesn't look
in?
like an antenna what you think it is. It's a square.
I know. But what's
I never knew.
Which does it plug into the HDMI or the coaxial or the how does it plug into the TV? That's what I'm wondering. It doesn't matter. I know it works, but all you do is
I
buy
don't
the
know.
unit.
My dad.
So all
he
you do.
plugged it in. All I know is I plugged the Fire Stick in, and the Fire Stick in just goes into like the USB looking
Yeah, that
part.
I know, right?
So there was plenty of room.
I had Roku for a while too. That was pretty cool.
I never heard of that.
But now Roku, that came inside TVs, and it was a little dongle stick like you're talking
It's like
about.
a Fire Stick.
Yeah, but now it's included with Xfinity.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Xfinity is buying up all that shit. But there's still so that antenna thing that you have, right? You just buy the unit. You don't. It's not a subscription.
No.
So it's basically free
My
TV.
dad's-
It's just a glorified antenna.
You know, we get like.
Do you remember having an antenna TV, like a real antenna TV? I mean, you kind of do now.
Well, I remember when we
Like where it was all
first got
fuzzy
the
and
house.
you got to hit the fucking side of the TV
No,
to
we
make
know
the thing
when,
come in
when
and
we
shit.
moved into the Acushnet house when I was like 4. We didn't have that TV. We had the fat TVs, obviously, because everyone did the TV that came out to here. But we had like regular cable with a cable TV.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember watching Cartoon Network in the morning.
Yeah, well, that was basic. That's always been basic. Like
My dad taught me how to type in 6-4 in the morning so I
Nice.
could put on cartoons in the
Oh,
morning. I remember.
that's awesome. How sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And are you the oldest? I forget.
Yep.
The absolute oldest. And how old's the next one after you? How many years? Not
So I'll be 23 next month. And
Yep.
Jill is 19.
Yep.
Aiden 17. Cam 15.
Did Aiden graduate, or has he got one more year? Oh, stop it.
No, I have to think. Well, because both Aiden
Was there
and
a
Cam
graduation
stayed back,
party? Oh,
but a long time ago.
yeah.
So
And-
Cam's starting high school. No, Aiden has to do junior year still.
So what's up with Jill?
Jill's going to go into her 2nd year of college.
Where, please?
At Rick, Rhode Island College.
Oh, good for her. What is she? Is she like just not declared yet? I think that's one of those liberal arts places where you might not declare for.
No, she
your
wants to
third
go
year.
into X-ray.
Oh, X-ray technician type
Yeah.
shit. Oh, that's so cool. That must be
Yeah.
a 4-year degree.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so
But
cool.
she wants to. She was living there last year, but she wants to commute now.
So is she living at home too? Does everyone still have a bedroom there and Chuchi?
Yeah. So this is how it is. So
Yeah.
there's just our house alone. There's the downstairs room. So downstairs used to have like 2 living rooms and a dining room and the kitchen.
Yeah.
So now it's the kitchen, the living room. One of the second living rooms is now Cam's room. The dining room, my dad built in to a room. Now
Yeah.
that's Jill's room.
Yeah.
Go upstairs. What me and Jill's room used to be is my room, and the boys' room is Aiden's room.
Okay, I got
And
it.
also upstairs is my dad's room.
So the youngest child in the house is 15.
He just,
Oh my
both
God.
Aiden and Cam turned 15 and
Time
17,
flies.
the 8th and the 9th.
Time flies. Time flies. Time flies.
I know when
I remember
Cam,
all you guys. I remember all you guys when you were all Rugrats. So I was over there, and you don't remember. You were a Rugrat. You're like head Rugrat. You also, if I remember, your hair was a lot lighter when you were a little girl, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, like most kids.
I
Mine
dyed
too.
it a little darker, but it got a lot lighter.
I thought
in
it
the
looked
summer.
darker when you walked in, and I also thought it looked like fucking a
Yeah,
lot
but I
longer.
haven't-
Like you haven't got your hair cut in a while, I'm thinking.
I've always liked long hair, though.
Yeah, it works for you.
It's also really dirty, and I haven't washed it in a couple days.
Well, what are you going to do? You're
Well, if
fucking
I just
busy.
work every day, I don't care. It's
Yeah.
just my dementia clients seeing me. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
if
give
it
a
gets a
shit.
little stinky, you wash it.
And
That's
there's
all.
something called dry shampoo now where I just spray dry shampoo in my hair.
I don't
go
get
like
it.
This.
So what is that, like deodorant or something? I don't understand.
It's a dry shampoo. It's just dry
That's crazy.
spray shampoo, so it just absorbs the grease and oil in your hair.
So you must put that on. So you take the ponytail out, put that on, and then what?
You
Brush
just
it
spray
afterward,
in.
and
Yep,
then brush it back.
Brush
I
it
got
through, and it just absorbs the grease. It doesn't actually wash it.
you. Right. So I didn't notice this before, and if this is uncomfortable for you, let me know because I'm not leering. I notice you're heavily inked.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully you don't mind talking about that.
Oh,
because
no,
if
I
you
love
got
tattoos.
the ink, right? If you got the ink, you want to show it. You know,
No,
what I mean?
I
You want
love
people
tattoos,
to talk about
and
it.
trust me, I'm gonna get more.
The one on your left arm, can I see that one?
It's like instead of barbed wire, it's girly and floral.
It almost looks thorny a little. I know it's not. Now, how many different?
This I got in
how-
California.
Before we talk about where and why, let me finish this before you answer. How many tattoos and how many different artists?
Okay, let me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like combining some.
That's fine.
So let's say I have 10 total.
Yeah. But the ones you're combining are by the same people or no?
So 2 of them
Yeah.
are from the same California person. I've
Okay.
been to California twice.
Yeah.
Both times I saw this lady, Melanie. So she did this one the second time.
That one's very nice, by the way. I like that one.
Thank you. And
I was noticing
The
one on the
story-
leg that looked good too.
the story, this isn't the one I got in California. I have one under my butt.
Okay. That one I'm
It's-
not going to look at.
You'll kind of see it through the shorts anyway.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see that.
It says California '14 with
Big
2 birds.
the big rose on the right side of your...
Yeah, it goes up to here too.
That's a nice one. So that must have cost you $800 or $900, right?
No,
Really?
like 200
Was
something.
that California or here?
No, okay, so the California one and this one were California. Both were like $80, if I remember.
Oh my God!
But
cheap.
she said,
That cost me $80.
listen, I try and find good people.
Cool.
So anyway, then I have my other lady. I have flowers going down my back.
Oh wow!
I have a tree going up my ribs.
Oh my God!
And you know my dad's tattoo?
We
We
talked
have-
about
it
it, but
was our
remind
first
me.
ones.
Remind me. Yes.
It's like tribal for a father-daughter.
Very cool.
So a lady named Jen in Acushnet, she did all those. Super good deal for me. Like 80 for the flowers down my back, 80 for the ribs. She charged like 20 or 30 for this one for
And-
me and my dad.
And what do you think they're making an hour when they're only?
Well, she's not at a shop,
okay.
but she has all the equipment. She's a wicked good artist.
At her
She-
house, or she comes to you?
I went to her house because
Okay.
she lives in Acushnet. So
That's cool.
and so it was.
By
a
the way,
spring
I've been
break.
to your place in Acushnet, and when I think Acushnet, I don't think your place. I think Main Street in Acushnet. I don't know why. I'm sorry, I didn't want to get off the tattoos.
It's not that far
It's
from there.
No,
anyway.
I know. I've been there, but it's just weird because you have like that. Where you guys live has that subdivision feel. It's technically not a subdivision, but it's like it feels like the main road ends,
It's
and all of a
literally,
sudden
yeah, like-
you're at Bill's house. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Just go up Wing Road and
Right.
you're there. And then this moon on my foot. It was
Oh, I get it on your foot too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking dope too.
That was just a thing. Me and my friend Steph. It was like a spring break, but we weren't doing anything because we were working, obviously. So we're like, want to go get tattoos? We're like, yeah, let's go get foot tattoos. So we went somewhere in Rhode Island. It's none of us like our regular people, but we just wanted to go at the same time for fun. Went somewhere in Rhode Island, forget what it was called. But see, that was like $120. So that's like, I wasn't used to that. I was
That's
used
a
to
nice
getting
tattoo though.
it is. And that is actually like usual price for shops. I was
Sure.
just used to, people hooking me up.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah. You're not used to paying retail.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like, ugh, bullshit. But
Yeah.
they did a good job. What else? This one alone, I told Jill, I was like, Jill, when you turn 17, I know someone that'll do us if you want your first tattoo to be together. He'll tattoo you. So we just I have the Big Dipper. She has the Little Dipper.
Okay, cool.
So I paid for matching tattoos for her first tattoo.
That's nice.
I think that was like $80 each though, because I think he started like at $80 an hour, and of course it was so small, but whatever. He did it for Jill.
So where was that? Where was that studio?
He came to our house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he brought all his shit. And then I went to a shop in Dartmouth called Famous Tattoos, and I was like, I need something added to this Big Dipper. Everyone just keeps thinking I am connecting my freckles, and they don't even.
Sure.
So I wanted more like astrology.
Yeah, so you got the sun and you got the moon.
So for the sun and the moon, he charged like, I think like 180.
Oh my God! Again, so what was the beautiful rose on your right
Oh yeah.
side? How much was that?
Oh yeah. For all this, I went to a different place. I went to a place, Atlantic Tattoo in New Bedford.
Yeah.
And it was like $200.
And it was 180 for all that, and you got 200 for all that beautiful, colorful ink.
I know.
Seems like
I
there's
need
no rhyme or reason to what this shit costs.
I need to go back to Atlantic because they did this whole thing, and like he did, it's great detail and everything and shading.
Right.
And for like 200, I was shocked. I was shocked myself when he told me the price, so I gave him a great tip too.
That's cool.
Like a $60, $80 tip.
Yeah, right.
Because I thought it was going to be at least 400.
Yeah, they charged me and my wife. All that is the Roman numerals of
For
our
your wedding?
wedding anniversary. That's our wedding ring.
I want to get something like that too
And
when eventually.
I don't have a tattoo. She has a moon on the base of her neck, and she has a strawberry on her foot. Like, she wants more tattoos, but they're time and expensive. But so this is my first one, and I think they charged us $160 for the two of them, and I gave the girl $200. I tipped her. We were there a while because it was kind of detailed, and the funny thing is I heal way better than her, so mine looks great. Hers is already wicked.
See,
faded.
if we went to my original lady Jen from Acushnet, she probably would have charged like $10.
$25. Yeah.
No. Oh, that makes me so mad.
It is what it is.
Rip off.
But you're gonna spend $200 on cheap wedding rings anyway. You know, I still owe her an engagement ring. That's the other thing. So remember we talked about doing shit kind of weird in a weird order. We got married, then we went on our honeymoon. Now we're having our reception. She's not gonna get her fucking engagement ring for another year. You know what I mean? But she doesn't care.
Doing everything backwards.
You know what though? She doesn't care. She's way into
And if you guys don't care, who cares? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wish if it was up to me, she'd have a nice rock, but I'm fucking broke. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not an earner. I'm just an office worker right now. You know, I literally crunch numbers in an office for a living. You know.
It sounds like she's not really like bougie like that though.
What does bougie mean again? Because I
like,
confuse that.
Just extra, like you just want to be. Everything's more expensive. You have more. You're more materialistic. That's what I'm trying to say.
You're talking about expensive taste.
Like you're more materialistic.
Listen,
she's. Oh, you guys are so bougie.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
You're spending extra.
Right. So you're talking. Listen, this girl is way more about quantity than quality. All right. This girl has. I believe we counted it. She has a pair of shoes for every day of the year. She has 365 pairs of shoes, okay?
I love shoes.
And none of them she spent more than $20 on a pair. And she's got a lot of really fucking good shoes, man. Now, they look great. I don't know how comfortable they are. But she's
doesn't matter.
She's one of these girls. And I work with women where I work, too. Clearly, these girls never wear the same pair of shoes twice. Ever. At least Kat does. She does sometimes, but she doesn't have to. She's got a lot of shoes, man.
Is that her name?
Kat. K-A-T.
Okay.
Kat.
Short for Catherine?
Catherine. K-A-T-H-R-Y-N.
Oh, okay.
So a little bit different. Mm-hmm. So it's almost easy to see how it gets shortened to Kat because it's shorter than traditional Catherine. You know what I mean? She was born the same year I graduated high school. So I lied. She's not that much older. She's a lot older than you. She's right in between me and you.
Wait.
What year were you born?
95.
She's 11 years older than her, and I'm 18 years older than She is 11 years older than you, and I'm 18 years older than her. So,
Wait.
So you're
You're
closer.
18 older than her.
Yeah, and she's
Okay.
11 years older than you. So you're the same age as my daughter. You're 22?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're the same exact age as my daughter, except you were born in 95, not 96.
Where did your daughter go to high school?
Carver.
Oh. But your son went to OC?
OC, yeah.
How old is he?
Well, he'll be 18 in like 4
he's
weeks.
younger? Your son's younger?
Yeah, he'll be 18.
Oh,
and
I
I'm
thought your son was
But
older.
I'm saying I'm done with child support on him because he's not in school and he works full
'Cause
time.
he's-
You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Speaking of way before,
Yeah.
we were talking about kids and stuff and time flying. I was asking Cam today, my youngest brother, who
Sure.
just turned 15. I was like, you want to come to Joe's with me for fun? He was like, oh, I have to finish a book for high school. And I was like, high school? Cam's going to high school? Like, what?
I know.
And
I mean,
guess where he's going? OC.
OC, good for him. So this will be his freshman year. So he'll have to go to all the different workshops, and then he'll fill out a thing saying what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And my
I wish
son,
my other brother stayed in.
at OC, did he end up at ORR? Oh no, wait, a Cushioning. Oh,
He dropped out and was going to night school.
to get his GED type of thing.
For the diploma still,
Yeah,
but
that's cool. Is he working?
he just got a job
Yeah,
not like a couple weeks ago at Taco Bell.
yeah. It is what it is, man. In Wareham, or
In New Bedford, the one near Market Basket. Hey,
know
I'm
where that
glad
is.
he finally did.
yeah, no. I
now
mean,
he
you got to
can
do something.
learn.
You got
I
to do
know.
something. You know. So does he have a car that he gets around in, or?
No, because he took a while to get a permit and license. But now I'm just glad because getting a job really does. You'll find out what it is to work for your own money.
So what does he use? Just the whole network of family and friends to get rides to and from work? Then that's fine. That's good. That teaches.
And we're
you
all more than
responsibility.
helpful because we're
Yeah.
all just relieved that
Yeah,
he
sure.
got a job because we're worried about him. He dropped out
Yeah.
of school to go to night school,
I
going
hate-
out with older people my age. I don't even know them, so I'm like,
Right.
okay, these people must be scummy.
I hate to ask because it might seem like I'm prying, but I just want to know because I don't know. And if you don't want to answer, you don't have
No,
to.
I'm very open.
We talk about your dad a lot, and I'm vaguely aware of your mom and dad's relationship. Does your mom still sleep in the house in a Acushnet?
She sleeps in what we call the big room when we got the addition,
Yeah.
the room above the garage.
Where's Chuchi then? Oh, she's in the other
She's
part.
in the actual apartment.
Yeah. I got it right. The room over the garage. All right. So mom's still there.
Yeah, dude, don't ask me why. I don't know.
Oh, I know. I'm not asking that.
That
but,
part actually just
But she's still
crazy.
and she has a job and goes to work. And
Mm-hmm.
what's her real job?
She works for South Coast. It's not in the hospital, but you know how they have South Coast divisions.
I know what you're talking
so
about.
she's in one of the South Coast divisions in Fairhaven,
Okay.
which is like an office part.
So
she's-
she works in the
I don't
office,
know
or
what
is she
the-
a nurse?
No, she's like in an office.
Oh, okay. So she does she's a clerk.
Yeah,
she's
the
a
more
clerk.
administration part.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
what exactly the
That's
title
cool.
or anything. I really asked,
Does she have a significant other?
as far as I know.
She
Yeah.
does. But is it someone that she's been with for a while, or?
I think
Is that the
so.
dynamic
I've
that's
tried
going on?
finding research on him. There was this one time, maybe I was like 18, I don't know. I found out who he was. So I was younger then and a lot more sensitive.
Right.
So I called her flipping out because I'm still just so unhappy about things. I don't like that she was going behind my back and
Right.
lying to me, even though I knew it was going on. And when I was yelling at her about this, I heard him in the background say, because I was yelling, saying he must be a fucking pussy because he doesn't want to talk to me. Oh, I was like, he has little girl balls. I was going off saying such mean shit. And I hear him in the background. This is the first time I ever even hear about this guy. The fact that I heard his voice say I'm right here, The fact that was the first time even this guy, he's real. He just talked back to me.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, God. I'm like 23 now, so maybe like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, did
So
I
she's
go
still
off
in that
even more
relationship.
after that? I was like,
Yeah.
my best friend Allison was there with me. When I tell you I was so upset, screaming, I get crazy when it came. I got really crazy. Me and my mom don't have a good relationship because I would go nuts for my dad. And it also hurt me knowing that my mom lied to me.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Are any of your other siblings have a decent relationship with her? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're younger.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was the one that was doing the fighting. And I remember talking to Allison's parents about, and they're like, you're the kid. You shouldn't be getting into these fights. You shouldn't get in the middle. Like, these are your parents. They need to deal with it. But
Yeah.
I was always the one to get in the middle.
Is there ever an instance or a event or a holiday or a activity where your mom and dad are in the same room with all of you at the same time, or is that done?
That's been done, unless, because as I've got over those 5 years, I've grown up a little. I've realized this is my mom.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be so mean to her. She shouldn't be mean to me. So we're not good. We don't have a close relationship,
Sure.
but we're not mean to each other.
Okay.
So the last events where we're together is really like if I kind of condone it. So when I graduated basic training,
Okay.
my parents were both there. When I just graduated college with associates, they were both there.
Yeah.
Other than that, since I'm the oldest and I'm the one who just likes to plan things because I love get-togethers, I'm very social, so
Sure.
I plan things. So I'm like, yeah, mom, dad, both of you guys come, whatever, you'll be cordial. Other than that, if it's like my siblings get-together type things, it'll be like separate.
Okay.
Oh, holiday-wise, I'm always spending it with my dad or his side of the family. And like Cam and the other siblings, they'll switch off.
So there's no mom and dad doing holiday shit together or whatever.
Except for,
in the same room or whatever.
Christmas Eve is when we go to separate family parties. Christmas morning, because that's, when Santa brought the presents.
Yeah,
so that
absolutely.
tradition still lies.
Oh, it does.
Where we all work. Yep, we'll still all be together Christmas morning.
Okay, so it'll be the six of you on Christmas morning and Chuchi. Probably, right?
Oh yeah, she makes a special French toast.
Chuchi does?
Yeah.
Well, at least she can still cook. She's probably getting up there in age a little bit. Whose aunt is that now?
My mom's.
She's actually your mom's aunt. Do you have?
Yeah, so she's my great aunt.
Yeah, so do you have any grandparents still alive?
Just my grandpa on my dad's side. But also
And he's where now?
Maine.
Maine, right. I knew that.
I don't see him often. I wish I could see him more, but
Yeah, he sounds like
he's
an
all the way in
interesting cat.
frickin' Maine.
Yeah, I mean, hey, what are you going to do?
Last time I saw him was at my cousin's wedding in June, though.
You're aware that your Uncle Tommy is somewhat of a local celebrity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Red
that.
Sox wise, or
He was on the Boston Red Sox.
yeah.
And the Chicago White Sox, by the way.
Oh, I
don't
thought
know
it
if
was
you knew
the
that.
Paw Sox.
Well, the Paw Sox is the minor league affiliate of the Red Sox. So in a sense, like the guys who are waiting to get into the big leagues, that's the farm team, they call it. Mm-hmm. Like the young guys in the organization play at Pawtucket.
Yeah.
And then if you need
Pawtucket,
someone that you can't make a trade or pick up a free agent, you go get one of the young guys like your age. Mm-hmm. That's Pawtucket. But your Uncle Tom was a bona fide fucking Major League Baseball pitcher.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's pretty wild. I don't even know what that cat does now. Do you know what he does for a living? I mean, does he sell real estate or drive a truck? I mean, he must have
Honestly,
some job. I don't think he
know
retired
because
he didn't make. I mean, listen, he made some good money, I'm sure, but he wasn't like a superstar. So I'm sure he still has to work. You know what I mean?
Plus, he got that neck injury, right?
That I kind of remember. But listen, even if he didn't get the neck injury, He wasn't one of these guys who was going to play for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know what I mean? He was...
But if you Google him, you can still find his card, his baseball card.
I have a couple of his cards. Like, we all used to collect his cards because it was cool. There was a dude from Plymouth who was on the Red Sox. And like I said, though, he was on the Chicago White Sox also. And I'm pretty sure I think he was on the White Sox before he was on the Red Sox.
Yeah,
so he
I think so too.
Yeah, and he might have been with somebody else too. But it's fucking interesting that because it's such a long shot. Never mind to know a professional athlete, but obviously to be one is crazy. You know what I mean? So I have to say though, I never met your Uncle Tom. I wish I did. You know what I mean?
All of us rarely see him.
There's another kid, but he still lives around here, doesn't he?
I don't know.
You don't even know?
No, because I know he used to live down the Cape, but then I think it got too expensive, so I think he may have went back to North Carolina. But then I don't know. I said, I don't know.
There's another dude from the Plymouth area. His name was Mike Remlinger, and he was only a year or two older than me. And he was on. Oh, I think your Uncle Tom was on the Braves at one point too, and it might have been even when Mike was there. The Atlanta Braves. Does that ring a bell?
Nope.
No, I think he might have been. I'm not sure. But Mike Remlinger was another dude. He was a local guy, and I think he got to pitch one season on the Red Sox, but he didn't really make a lot of appearances.
Wait, who is he? This Michael guy?
Mike Remlinger was a dude. I think he graduated.
Oh, from Plymouth.
I think he graduated high school in '84, and I'm Plymouth Carver, and I'm not. I think your Uncle Tom was Plymouth Carver, '81 or '82. I'm not sure. Like, it was early 80s, you know what I mean? But Remlinger was only a couple years younger than him, and it was just cool because there was two guys that a lot of us, if you didn't know them, you knew dudes who knew them. You know what I mean? So it was pretty cool.
That is really cool.
It is really cool.
Yeah. He's from Plymouth. Yeah, these guys.
And to be honest with you, Remlinger made a lot of money. Like, he was, I mean, I'm not saying your uncle wasn't, but it was one of those guys who wasn't in the position to make the big fucking money like these guys made. Remlinger was almost right there. He made a lot of money. But
nice.
Yeah, real nice. You know what I mean? But your Uncle Tom is a folk hero. He's a folk hero. You know what I mean? Which is pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, last time I seen him had to be a couple years ago at like a family party.
It's all right. At least he's around a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever met him. I think I was in a room with him or saw him, and I'm talking, post-baseball, but I don't...
Well, I mean, he used to live in North Carolina most of his life. That's why...
Do you know if him and your dad talk? I mean, do they get along? It's just I don't mean to keep prying about your family, Gabby. I'm sorry.
They definitely don't talk. Not because they don't get along. Not because they hate each other, just
because they don't talk.
Yeah.
Because everyone's busy.
Yeah. Especially because my uncle always lived so far away.
Yeah, well, he was always on the road.
Also, I think growing up, though, they just didn't get along either.
Is there another brother in that family?
Nope, just my dad and Tommy.
And no sisters?
No, 5 sisters.
All right.
No, 4 sisters.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I knew that.
Yeah.
So there were 6 siblings.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know really the order.
Doesn't matter. We were talking about Alan earlier. His wife is...
Donna, Auntie Donna.
Donna is their sister.
Yep.
And she's amazing, by the way. She's one of the fucking nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's so cool,
she's
right?
Funny.
She worked... I got a hand injury at work 4 years ago. Like a moron. I'm spraying a house, right? Spray painting it. I don't know if you can picture...
Like... To, help it, or you're, tagging it?
Oh, no. That's what I did for a living.
Oh, I don't know if you're just I
painted people's house.
Like graffiti.
No. So we're talking about a spray pump. It's called an airless pump.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a hose that goes to a gun, and it's coming out at 3,000 pounds per square inch, all right? It's pretty pressurized.
I know what you're saying now.
So the fucking hose punctures because I dragged it across the driveway, and something punctured it, right? So instead of just going over and unplugging the machine, shutting the fucking pressure down, I grabbed the hose. And 3,000 pounds per square inch goes right into that less than a square inch there, the pad of my thumb. So as you can see,
I see it.
all right, but she reconstructed my thumb. So anyway,
She did?
no. Well, no. By she, I mean my brilliant hand surgeon, Julia Kensington.
Oh.
But anyway, your aunt at the time, I don't know where she works now, but she was working at the orthopedic place where. So when
As
I
far
went
as
in,
I know, she's still at the hospital.
she was at this guy Scott
wherever.
Oliver's fucking practice, and Julia Kensington worked there, and so when I was going there for that, your aunt was the nurse who let me into the room. You know what I mean? So anyway, so I do that, and I'm like, fuck. So I clean up, right? At the end of the day, I'm like, it's all right. I go home and I clean it, and I put it in peroxide. I'm trying to clean it, right? So little by little over the next 4 days, the thing's going.
4 days? Oh, no.
And it's getting all yellow.
Oh.
So, and I can't sleep. I'm sweating profusely.
Because you just feel it throbbing.
Yeah, this happened on a fucking Monday. I worked for like 2 days. Thursday and Friday I couldn't work. Friday night I had a drum gig with one of my bands, and I was finally like, I was still with my ex-wife. I'm like, I gotta go to the fucking hospital. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I go
time
and they
you
look
thought
at
that.
it, and then the first lady who looked at it's like, all right, no, we're gonna give you some antibiotics. You're gonna be fine. And then she made a call, and then she's like, you got to fucking sit down. You're going to be in surgery in less than a half hour. So they're starting to prep me for surgery. The fucking hand lady comes up, and she goes, you're a fucking idiot. Why are you here 4 days after this happened? I said, because I'm an idiot. She goes, what I'm going to do, and my thumb was like this, you know. She's like, I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to relieve all the pressure. I'm going to irrigate it and clean it out.
Probably had a shit ton of pus coming out of that.
Oh, it was vile. She goes.
You watched it?
She goes, no. She goes, there's a 50-50 chance that when you wake up, I will have amputated your thumb. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And in the meantime, I had to also tell them that I'm a fucking straight up alcoholic. And the last time I had surgery on this thing here, I woke up in the middle of surgery because they didn't give me enough fucking anesthesia because I'm a straight up alcoholic. So I'm like, dude, last time I had surgery, I woke up. So now he's asking me, how much do you drink? And I'm like, that's a fucking loaded question, dude. You know what I mean? It's like different every day.
It's every day.
I'm like, it's every day and it's different every day. He goes, what if you had to drink today? I'm like, yeah, I drank like a pint of vodka. I probably had 8 or 9 beers. It was like 6 o'clock at night, you know? He's like, all right, great. You know what I mean? And I wasn't drunk, you know?
He said great in a good way?
He literally said great, just like that. You know what I mean?
He was pissed.
He was not happy, you know? So I go in, I wake up, I got a thumb, and it's all wrapped up. And then I ended up pulling off all the scar tissue and scab, and I had a beautiful pink new finger. The only problem is as you can see, right?
Hey, you still have your thumb.
I got my thumb, but I
You
had
had a
no meat.
50% chance of not having your thumb.
And she also told me that now, when I left, she said you got a 25% chance that it will need to be amputated at another time. And I'm like, sounds good. You the man. You know what I mean? Anyway, that whole stupid story was because Donna was the nurse on all my follow-ups who showed me to the room. You know what I mean? That's where she worked. I guess she works at the hospital now, but back then she worked at, and that was only a few years ago, she worked up at the orthopedic place in Duxbury.
I think she's told that story before, going, you know how she is. One of Joe's stupid friends came in with his thumb all fucked up.
Oh, she did? Yeah.
I think she told one
My
of those
thumb
stories.
was all
Didn't know
fucked
that
up,
was
by
you.
the way. Yeah. We call it dead thumb. Me and my wife refer to it as dead thumb. Cause
You don't feel?
yeah, it's weird. It's like it has paresthesia, which means like if I was to light a flame on it, I wouldn't feel it. But if you go like this, it feels like it's asleep.
What about cold temperatures?
Yeah, no. When it's cold out, the bones in my thumb hurt a real lot.
Ooh.
That's only because there's no tissue there. Because you can see, right? There's a lot of tissue gone. That's what my regular thumb looks like. Now, she did a great job reconstructing it. It looks like a fucking thumb. You know what I mean? But it ain't that. You know what I mean? She did a good job, and you can see the whole scar line is fucking black, blue. It is what it is.
It almost looks dirty, but it's just a scar.
By
the way, I have to go pee. Really.
Here's the point, everybody. Don't drink at work. Because if you do drink and you're spraying somebody's house in Manomet, you may be apt to drag your very pressurized paint hose across the asphalt, thus puncturing the hose. And because you are in a semi-inebriated / not thinking state, rather than just going to unplug the machine or shut it down or put the pressure down, you're going to grab the hose and the pinhole at which the paint is flying out at 3,000 pounds per square inch. It's going directly into the pad of your thumb. And because you're drunk, you're not going to go to the fucking hospital because you're like, I'll be all right. And you know what? You're not going to be all right. What you're going to be, without the help of some brilliant, brilliant people, what you're going to be is thumbless, okay? And I had a drum gig that night. And I remember calling all the guys while I was in the hallway, getting ready to go into the fucking emergency fucking surgery room. Yup, this is Al. I know we got a gig in like fucking 4 hours, or 3 hours. I'm not going to be there. You guys shouldn't show up either because I'm the one who brings the PA and everything. I'm going into emergency hand surgery. So I won't be playing the gig tonight. Now, gigs aren't high paying. We were lucky to make $50 each, but at least we had somewhere to play there at the Rock in North Plymouth. Formerly fucking the Corner Pocket Pub, formerly fucking Kevin Ryan's, formerly, I believe, Jennifer's or something. Yeah, maybe not. Which, by the way, is still empty. I miss Kevin Ryan / The Rock. It was a wonderful place. But yeah, so we didn't play that gig that night because my hand was blown the fuck apart. You know what I'm saying, Gabby?
Your thumb?
Yeah, I couldn't. I had a gig that night. I was going to play drums for money that night. I was just explaining to all three of our listeners that I had a gig that night. I had a regular gig there, and I had two different bands that I could rotate the gig in and out of. And it was a particularly exciting. Well, it was probably my favorite band, although the one I'm in with my son now is pretty exciting. And one of the guys I was in with that band was called Hodges Street, and that was all guys who I had been in previous projects with. And we had a gig that night. I blew my thumb apart, and we didn't play that night.
Yeah, I figured.
And I pretty much think we had one or two other practices afterward. The shit was wrapped up for like 12 weeks. And then we had a jam or two during the winter, and it was, it never happened again. It sucked. It is what it is. You know what I mean? The moral of the story is when it's 95 degrees out. Oh, and I was in my skinniest. I was probably 222, 223 when that happened.
That's your
Don't
skinniest?
Yeah, but I only had like 13 to 14% body fat. I was
just all lean.
Wicked lean. Oh yeah, wicked lean. I'm a big guy. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, my doctor wanted me to be 215. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, that's not happening. all I'm doing is eating lettuce and chicken and drinking water and working out an hour and 40 minutes 6 days a week. I'm not going to be 215.
No.
227's fine. Although it was somewhere between 222 and 227.
That's close
I have
enough
to say,
anyway.
like, as far as strength and lifting weights, I couldn't lift what at 222 what I could at 227. That's kind of how I
What, you weren't
gauge.
doing cardio?
Oh, I was doing. Well, here's what my workout was. I would get to the gym. I did 10 minutes of warm up cardio on the cross trainer, the elliptical. Is the cross trainer?
Was that the stair lift?
It's this one.
Oh yeah,
All right.
yeah.
This with your feet and your arms, and then I went and lifted weights on the machines by myself. I didn't need a spotter. Low weight, high rep, which is what Chris Butler, the landscaper from Joe and your dad.
Is he the hippie one?
Little guy. The hippie one's his adopted brother. Doesn't matter. He is into health. Andy had a cross trainer friend, and he's like, "Listen, this is what you got to do." So that's what I did, and I lost a lot of weight and gotten really ridiculous
Low
shit.
weight, high rep.
Low weight, high rep. So what I was doing was, instead of like trying to get...
Because that's losing weight, right? And if you want to gain
It's
muscle, you're
still
doing
cardio,
higher weight.
but it's still
low rep.
cardio. It's still cardio. It's cardio while you're weight training was the deal, right? So instead of like, say, trying to get 6 or 8 reps with 215, I was doing 24 reps with 160. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Not even to failure. The only thing I was doing to failure was my ab workout, and I was doing the decline bench.
planks.
I was doing the decline bench and holding a 25-pound weight and then doing sit-ups to failure.
Oh. Ugh.
And then I was also doing the twists with the weight. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I had a whole routine. I mean, I had a serious routine going on. So then I would do an hour of that, and there was 4 different workouts that I rotated. So one day would be chest and arms, one day would be back, one day would be legs, one day would be but every day I was doing abs as well. So my core, even now when I'm fat, my core is really strong.
You still feel it through it.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
picture. I had a 4-pack. I didn't have a 6-pack or an 8-pack, but I had a definite 4-pack. You know what I mean? And it's still there, even though there's fat over it. So my core
you
is
feel
very
under
strong. My core is very strong. You know what I mean? Even now.
I only know all this talk because of Ivan. I think I've said this before. You and Ivan could probably talk forever.
Yeah, but he's probably way better about actually
but he's
sticking
like
to it than I am.
bigger like that too, like you.
Yeah, but he's probably got way more muscles and shit because he probably lifts a little heavier than I do. Oh, so then
But he is into lifting weights and he loves squatting.
All right.
Squatting
See,
with weight.
That's not for me. I do leg presses, but I'm not squatting at all.
He loves squatting.
Like, there's not a leg press machine that can contain me. They haven't made one yet. I just have very strong legs. You know what I mean? But I also have a strong
should
core.
squat then.
No. Because
Your back or something?
No. Gabby,
be
when you
bad.
get to be 50 and you're doing the squats and it's pretty heavy, there's other parts of your anatomy that... Have you ever heard of hemorrhoids?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you do the squatting, and especially if you already had it, that's going to fucking aggravate that area of your fucking body. And I'm telling you right now,
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
I'd rather not be adept at squatting, okay, than have hemorrhoids. And that's what that does to me anyway. So I was doing... I'm sorry, you asked. So there's 10 minutes.
Sucks.
There's 10 minutes of warm-up cardio. Then there's an hour straight of a workout with weights that's also cardio, let's face it. And then I do a half hour on the treadmill on the incline, walking as fast as I can, not jogging.
Now?
No, that's what my thing was. That's my work.
Okay.
That's my workout. Like for me to get down to what I need to be, my fighting weight that they call it. I don't fight, but you know what I'm saying. That's what it takes. Like I can lose 50, 60 pounds by quitting drinking, eating chicken and lettuce. But to get down to 227 and be lean and 14% body fat, I got to do that workout. And guess what? I ain't got fucking time.
And it works.
Oh, well, it works. Of course it works. Because it's fucking mania. It's mania.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what all those people...
It's dedication.
It's fucking mania. Right, it's dedication and it's mania. Now, you appear to be in very good shape. Are you working out regularly?
No and no.
Have you ever worked out?
I'm not in good shape.
You're just one of these fucking
but
maniacs
I'm
who are
covering
just...
my belly fat right
Yeah,
now.
you have no belly fat, by the way.
Fuck
Just
you.
stop
Yes,
it.
I do.
You just don't. I bet you're clocking in at about... Oh, even though you're a woman... All right, I got to take in the fact that you're a girl. You're 22. Yeah, you got like...
I don't keep track of my
it's
percentage
60,
of
Yeah, it's 60.
anything.
How tall are you? 5'4"?
4.
Yeah. All right, you're 5'4". I'm going to guess you probably weigh... I'm sorry, we're not supposed to talk about this if I'm a gentleman. I'm guessing you weigh about 137, 138.
Sounds about right. I don't have a scale at my house.
So you don't know what you weigh.
But I think
And you're not
I
yelling
think I'm
at
a
me.
little less than that.
Okay, that's fine, but you're very
But
muscular.
not really. Probably like 135.
135. All right, so you're so
But
like 3 pounds.
like I
3
said, I
pounds
don't
to
know.
you is like more than 3 pounds to me. I get it. So so we'll call it 135. You're very muscular. Okay. So I'm guessing.
Well, I used to be a competitive gymnast all up until freshman year of high school. So I was, believe it or not, at a point like 0% fat, just skin, bone, and muscle.
Oh my God, though.
Well, I was doing gymnastics
By the
7
way,
days a week.
By the way, that's probably 2 to 3% fat. It's not 0. You can't be 0.
That's why I was like close to that.
Yeah, probably 2 to 3.
But
although when you got
my doctor was
big
always
hands,
my pediatrician was always very concerned.
Yeah.
Just I wasn't unhealthy, but it was almost unhealthy because you're not going to have a regular growth, and I really didn't. I didn't, which I didn't care. I didn't get my period till freshman year of high school when I quit.
Keep talking. It's your turn. I gotta pee.
So I was a competitive gymnast. I loved beating all the boys. In middle school, elementary school, I could do more push-ups, pull-ups throughout all those presidential competitions. I was just skin, bones, and muscular and buff as shit. And I miss those days. But then I quit because I didn't have a life. Because like I said, I was in the gym 7 days a week, almost 7 days a week. So I was like, I want to try high school sports and have a life, blah, blah, blah. So then I joined like field hockey and I missed gymnastics. So my sophomore year, I tried going back to gymnastics. It wasn't the same again. So I went back to high school sports and I still remained in good shape because I did high school sports for fall and winter and spring, whatever seasons. But once I was out of high school and stopped doing sports, that was it. Like I didn't care to really work out because that's how I kept in shape was just sports.
Right. So
I think I just still have the muscle memory. Well, with the Army, of course, I joined the Army.
yeah.
Army working out is not the same as like sport, like keeping, like when you're in sports, you keep up in good shape because you're doing it a lot. I guess with Army National Guard, working out doesn't matter. Like when I was away for boot camp and AIT, like a whole 6 months,
Yeah.
you're doing PT every day. So yeah, I was in great
PT meaning
fucking
personal training or
physical training.
Physical training.
So-
Okay.
So that's the Army PT.
Yeah.
So we did PT a lot, and obviously you're on a strict diet. So I was in good shape then.
So wait, when you mean a strict diet, there's not choices of food?
Oh, you have your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
But there's no ice cream, candy. There's just diet.
So what I'm saying is in your opinion, the food that they're feeding you is for optimum.
Say you're a fatter
I mean, you're not
guy in the
eating
Army.
potatoes and rice, right? Or are you?
No, there's that as a side, but I'm just saying you
Yeah.
have like in our those meals ready to eat.
Yeah,
MREs?
yeah, MREs. Yeah,
They
yeah.
make you take the candy out, and they take the candy out, the cookies out. They don't even let you have a freaking MRE.
The weird
cookie.
thing is why are they in there? Are they that old? Did they order them fucking 40 years ago?
They're all freaking old and
They're old, right? And they're
years ago.
vile.
No, they just don't want you to have sugar and stuff.
Well, I don't blame them, by the way, because sugar is fucking evil. Mm-hmm. Sugar is.
So when we finally got passes on Sundays, even though passes would be like up to 4 hours the most, they'd be like, we're going to punish you with so much PT on Monday the next day because we know you're going to splurge. And we would, because finally we were like, freedom. We're like, Cheetos, ice cream. Like, we make ourselves sick.
When you did basic, were there any other women in your basic class?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always less. So there were 4 platoons, and each platoon probably had like freaking 100 people. I don't know.
Yeah.
These things were huge. Each male platoon had their own bay, but since there's never a lot of females compared to males in the Army, all the females had to share one bay. One bay meaning, bunk area.
Okay.
So for each platoon there was saying besides basic, my unit right now, the military police unit, platoon wise is, I don't fucking know, we'll say 50 people.
Yeah.
There's only 4 girls.
Okay.
In my platoon right now.
And there's
Me,
no
Deleon, Yared, and Nelson.
And there's no
and we all
sight of any other woman above you, or
our commander is a female.
Commander meaning what?
The captain of
so
the...
she's the captain.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the sergeants below her and lieutenants?
First sergeant is male.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of females in the Army. There are, but
I understand.
Not a lot.
But your captain is female.
Mm-hmm.
And so were there any females in that type of role when you were in basic? And where did you do? You did basic in Oklahoma?
Missouri,
okay.
There were female drill sergeants. It was an equal amount of female drill sergeants compared to male, actually.
Do female drill sergeants drill male soldiers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But you never had a female drill sergeant?
No, in basic, in AIT, I did.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It was equal. So for platoon-wise, it seemed like it was, you had a male and a female drill sergeant.
Okay.
Each platoon.
I got you.
But when we trained, there were so many of us and so little of the drill sergeants. All the drill sergeants trained everyone.
I got you. I got you. So they worked as a team, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how many drill sergeants per how many soldiers?
There was only like 2 or 3 per platoon.
And they're all under a captain, or are they under a lieutenant who's under a captain? I forget. I'm just trying to...
So for a general company,
Yep.
you have a captain,
Yep.
a first sergeant.
Yep.
Then you just have the platoon sergeants for the platoons.
Okay, so where do the lieutenants come in to fucking...
Oh, yeah. There's the lieutenants for each platoon.
For each
You forget
platoon.
them because they're not really involved, I guess.
Right. Well, they're
So
paper
you have
pushers.
one
They're
lieutenant
paper
per
pushers.
platoon. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Per platoon.
They're literally a paper pusher.
Mm-hmm.
They're not setting any policy or anything.
Like, I'm trying to think
They
who
gotta
the
be
fuck my
reported
lieutenant
to,
is
but-
right now. He said he was leaving. I don't know if he was going away for some training. Whatever. They're not really involved.
I know you're going away in January, you said?
Going away.
You're done with the Army.
Oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere though.
I understand. But you're saying you're not doing that. Is there anything that could happen that would give you, any desire to sign up again?
No.
No. Either, in your personal life
The only
or in the
thing
world
that
or
would
the
make
US.
me, there would be like 2 reasons why I would stay. One,
Yeah.
to pay for school.
Okay.
But then I already think about it. I'll just pay a loan like everyone else. It's not
Sure.
going to be that much at this point. I'm already have so much paid off
Yeah,
already.
sure, good.
2, the friends I made in it.
Okay.
But I can stay friends with them without drill.
Yeah. Did you make many female friends or?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
I made friends with so many people.
Yeah.
One of my female friends is in Cuba right now.
Yeah.
We are both training to go to Cuba, but there was like, an A list and a B list, which is like the bench list, which I was on, which I was glad to be benched. I ended up being benched last minute, didn't have to go to Cuba.
Right.
But she's there, and she's coming back next month, I believe, so I can't wait to see her.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, when you are in Missouri for basic training, you meet people from all over this great country, right?
Uh-huh.
So, is there anyone who you went to basic with who you are involved with now in your monthly shit? Or
There was this girl. She has like a Thai last name, so we called her Ice.
okay,
Ice and I she was like the best friend I made at
Sure.
basic. She's from California.
okay.
That's why I went to California twice.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Well, turns fucking out that I had also an ex-best friend here at New Bedford. She
New beige.
just personality-wise, I couldn't get along with her anymore because I just
For whatever reason.
Yep, I just couldn't click with her anymore.
Yeah,
blah
yeah.
blah.
It's all right. That's called change in life.
Well, and Ice knew how I felt about her
Okay.
because like we were so close. We texted each other about everything. We were those girls that just told each other everything all the time.
Yeah.
What do I do one time? Bring Ice down. I help her pay half of her plane ticket to come down and visit.
Aw.
Her and Taylor meet. What do? They love each other, start
no.
fucking dating.
Oh no.
Taylor's so fucking crazy that she has Ice cut me off. They're in freaking Seattle. They're married, and yeah.
No. And
So
no,
there goes my. I shouldn't say there goes my California days because from her I met other of her other friends from California that are
Yeah.
still so sweet to
That's
me,
too bad.
and then say if you still want to come to California, come and stay with me. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
But like I said, it makes me sad that bullshit happened.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
well,
fake.
again, you can't go backwards, and
But
you
that's
just,
the thing you're saying about change. Like,
yeah, it's just change.
I
That's all it
miss
is.
some things, but
Sucks. You know what I mean? Change sucks. But you know what? There's a lot of it when you're. Well, I don't want to sound like an old man again, but when you're talking about 21, 22 to 30, it's just the change is fast and fucking furious. You know what I mean?
just goes to show you who really sticks around too.
Well, yeah. Even my yeah, both my kids are saying that, but even my 17-year-old son, he's like, "Boy, you really learn who your pals are, don't you?" You know what I mean? And he's only 17.
He'll keep learning because
Yeah.
I really thought then like that. The best friends that you have then, do you say like, best friends forever? Like,
Yeah.
it changes. But there are some, like my childhood best friend Allison that I've
Yeah.
talked to about a bunch of times. She'll always be there.
What do you? Again, this is personal, but we're just talking. And hey, we've been talking for a long time now, and I'm just trying to fill up space, and I'm interested. Do you have maternal aspirations? I don't think we ever talked about this between the.
Maternal?
Yeah. Do you want to be a mom? Do you want kids?
Oh my God, yes.
Do you really?
I love babies.
Yeah, but you understand that it's tough to do the mom
as of
thing.
now, I'm like, I love babies and I
Yeah.
do want to be a mom eventually. But right now, I'm
So is
like,
that in your plans with Oliven, or
yeah.
yeah?
Oh, yeah. But right now, I'm like, hello, I'm
So I
struggling.
know you're saving
just-
money. You're saving money. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
for an
forget-
apartment.
No, but it doesn't matter. So does old Ivan sleep with you at Bill's house or no?
Yeah.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you both are saving money then.
Yeah.
Ivan's got to be saving money if he's a 9 to 5 or I don't know what he does.
He's making
I don't
more
know.
than me. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are saving a little coin, and you've been together 3 years
Mm-hmm.
or so. So he hasn't popped the question yet. But have you guys talked
Oh,
about
we
it?
know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but so you know what's going to happen? That's
Mm-hmm.
cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
But there's no rush right now.
Yeah, no rush.
Right now, our next step in our relationship is finding this damn apartment. It'll be our next step, getting a place of our own.
Nothing wrong with that, but I also like Plan B that you had going on there too. But the problem with Plan B is something's gonna have to happen to Chuchi or something's gonna have to happen to the mom, and it's like maybe you find a place down
they're
there.
just so
That's where Trulia comes in. I introduced. I know we already talked about it, but I introduced Gabby to the Trulia app, which I used when I was thinking about moving, and then fucking Kat's landlord buddy of hers is like, move into our place, which was, cheap and everything, but it's a nightmare. And like Gabby said, don't have your friends be your landlord, because everybody is taking advantage of everybody's better nature. You know what I mean? Which is what I'm also finding with this whole real job thing. I know you don't get it, but I'm an old guy, right? I'm a little younger than your dad, a little younger than Joe. I didn't have a real job until less than a year ago. I've never
what
had
do you
a real.
mean by real job?
I worked for myself as a painting contractor since 1998. Now, from when I got out of school in 1990, 1991 on, I pumped gas, I drove cab, I painted, but I also worked for I worked for a painting company, And I kind of worked my way up to foreman, and I ended up having my own company. So from 1998 until last year, 19 years, call it fucking 20, because you might as well, I worked for myself. And I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew is that I had a lot of acquaintances who built houses like Joe. I had like 8 or 9 guys like that. And I also had a friend who worked at Sherwin-Williams, the paint store. Okay? You know Sherwin-Williams? Ever heard of that? Okay, it's paint. It's the biggest paint manufacturer in America, and they have their own stores, right? So if you want to buy Sherwin-Williams paint, you got to go to a Sherwin-Williams store. Follow what I'm saying?
Fancy.
It's not that fancy. So, but I had a friend who I graduated high school with who every time a homeowner or a commercial guy or a builder came in and said, hey, man, I need a painter. You know a painter? He'd be like, yeah, my buddy
So
Al.
you got the gig.
So I didn't have to go looking for work. I was lucky, But that shit ran out about 2008, you know what I mean, when the economy went bad. So then I didn't have guys working for me anymore. I was in the field. I had a friend who had a similar experience, and we looked at each other and we went, hey, man, let's just work with each other. If it's your job, you pay me. If it's my job, I'll pay you. $25 an hour or whatever, which ain't that great of money, but
To me, it is.
we'll make it back when it's my job. You know what I mean? And that worked for a long time.
That did work?
It worked out great. And he had more commercial work, meaning like...
Bigger. Like
No, not necessarily bigger, but it wasn't somebody's house. It was a business. All right? And that's a whole different thing in our industry. I was more residential. He was more commercial. So last year, I got just physically drained from doing the physical part of the work, I'm like, on a whim, I'm going to apply. I'm going to look for a job in an office somewhere. I found an estimator job for a new commercial painting company, which, hey, I'm the residential guy, not the commercial guy.
Yeah.
But I had enough experience helping him run 5 or 6 years worth of work for 2 of us that the guy who hired me was like, wow, yeah, that's cool. I'm going to teach you how I want you to figure out. And together with him and another guy he brought in, we figured out what these jobs cost. And now I bid on them. And we have probably 10 or 12 guys working for us. And it's a pretty good gig. But I forget what my point is.
Is this like your real job now?
That's my real job. I'm trying to explain to you that I'm not... I have an office job now. I'm not Joe or...
I don't know how Joe became Joe anyway.
Well, no, Joe's
well,
an
I mean, but
Joe's an interesting
business.
study. He's an interesting study. What Joe does is he identifies parcels of land that are for sale and determines whether they are developable. All right? Can I buy this and will I be able to, put a house on it that somebody will buy? So it's called building by speculation. That's what Joe does. That's Joe's niche. And Joe has perfected it to the point where he doesn't really get to work that much. Now, he owns machines. For a while, he used to hire a machine company to come and dig the hole for the foundation and clear the lot. Now he does all that shit. But that's really all the physical labor he does.
I worked for him one day
Doing
for my
what?
dad.
Doing what?
Digging me and my Uncle Alan.
Post holes for a deck?
We laid down sod. That was the first
I've done that
time
with Joe.
I ever done that.
It's not that
Can
bad.
I tell what?
It's not that bad.
I'm not shitting you.
Did he
I
pay you
was sore
$15 an
for,
hour
like,
cash? What did he pay you?
He paid me good for
Yeah.
the day, but that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like work, I'm telling you.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's work.
Like, I've never done that before.
Do you remember
just
where
telling
that
my
was?
dad-
Do you remember where that was at all?
Somewhere down the Cape.
Okay, cool.
So I met up with my Uncle Alan. I think one other guy, the
There's
hippie guy.
no way Alan was fucking laying turf, was there?
He was.
Oh my God, really?
It was. We were doing a front and a backyard.
Oy vey.
Oh my God. I was sore for almost a week. I swear to God.
No.
Because that was just all of getting the turf or the sod from the truck, carrying it, laying it down, and cutting it, and then doing it over and over and over again because
Right.
you're making a yard
Right.
from the rolls that you're carrying. Wow.
Yeah. It's
That
hard
was
work.
Work.
I
like
mean,
covered in dirt, like hands.
so you
and
did it
knees
for
dirt
one
work.
day? Was it because you didn't want to do it again, or because
No, I think my dad just like
he was like, "What are you doing today?"
he needed like the help, and he was like, you know, Gabby, it's easy. You're capable of doing this. I was like, and he's like, you'll get paid for it. I was like, fuck it. If I'll get paid, I'll try it.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that hard, by the way.
It's not that hard, but I'm like, it was work though.
Yeah. I've worked for Joe in the laboring end of things, hammering nails and building decks and fucking
Like, good for the women who do that on a daily basis.
You know
'cause
what? And I gotta say,
That
there's
was-
more and more of them,
I
and
did it.
they're probably overlooked. Hey, Gabby, look, Joe went to fucking remember
he had
about.
diarrhea.
Now listen, we're talking like an hour and 50 minutes ago. That fucking guy shit his pants,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't know if we were gonna fill
It
out
was a
an
little
hour.
abrupt.
We didn't
too.
know we were gonna fill out an hour. We filled out 2 hours and 22 minutes. Can you believe that? It's a lot of fun,
Goes by
right?
fast. It is fun.
It does go by fast. But that being said, it's almost 9 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock, this guy turns into a pumpkin. I mean, what time do you get up for work?
Ugh, I have to wake up at 6:30.
All right, we wake up around the same time. Today, I woke up at 5:30 because yesterday I had to run to a counseling meeting to deal with some of the shit.
Meeting.
Have you done counseling? Ugh. The shit that was going on with my kid that I was telling you about. There's counseling for everybody. So it's fine.
Is that early in the
I'll do it.
morning though?
Oh, no. It was at 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon, but I work in New Bedford, and it was 2 in Plymouth, so I had to bounce at 1. And they don't take you in till 2:30.
Oh.
And then the fucking thing went till 4, so I'm not going back to New Bedford for
Wait, you work in New Bedford?
Yeah, I work. So here.
Your office job that you were talking about?
Yeah,
is in New Bedford?
So 140, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so picture 140, but up north, okay?
Wait, Buttonwood side?
No. Nope. Further north than that.
Taunton Mall side.
Taunton Mall side. But it's exit 7, which is before the boulevard. The boulevard is exit 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's exit 7, which is fucking Phillips Road or something. But it's called the New Bedford Business Park. It's right there.
The industrial business park? So there's that Santander Bank?
Exactly.
So you're down
You go in there, right?
Yep.
And when I'm, taking a dump and I'm on my phone, it says I'm in North Dartmouth. But
That's weird.
It's Freetown to me, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
what it
more
is,
Freetown.
it's New Bedford. So that's where, when I say I work in New Bedford, that's where I work. So like from here, I don't know which way you go home, but it's the same thing if I live here or where I live. I live in Kingston. Basically, I get on 44, the highway. I go to 105 and go through Middleborough Center on 105.
I know what you're talking about, but I do not go that way.
Okay, so then I go left on 18 at 105 and 18 down by Savas in Lakeville. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Take a right on Highland Road.
Well, I know Lakeville, but
Yeah.
I'm not good with the routes.
But
and
I get on
roads.
I get on 140 at exit 9 and I get off at exit 7. It takes me 45
To go to
minutes.
work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I get off at exit 7 on 140. So like, if I got to go to South
so you're not far from Acushnet because that's like north end.
Oh yeah.
New Bedford.
No, that's Acushnet Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like Nye Lane up there. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
cut
yeah,
through
yeah,
Nye
yeah.
Lane.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
You're right in Acushnet.
And like I said, my wife's family is from Rochester. So I'll bang, instead of getting on the highway, I'll go to over 18, bang a left, and I'm fucking in Acushnet next I know. And
yeah. My dad
fucking
taught
Main
me
Street
the
and
back roads way to get
By the
here,
way-
so I go through Rochester.
so you're Acushnet, so you must know Pondos, right? The Ponderosa?
Ponderosa.
Oh my God. You don't even know
just
what
tell me
Pondo
about
is?
it. Maybe I will.
The Pondo is like the ultimate backcountry bar /
It's a
fish
bar?
on Friday night. Yeah, it's on. It's right off of Main Street. God damn it! What's that road?
Main Street?
I'll show you in fucking Acushnet.
Oh, in Acushnet.
Yeah. I'll show. It's
Ponderosa?
105. You know
Are you
105.
talking? Is
Listen,
it a different name?
no, it's called the Ponderosa. It's the Pondo.
Is it a blue building?
No,
No,
it's
that's the Blue Lantern.
fucking red. So listen.
Red?
Listen. You know Route 105?
No, I don't know routes and numbers.
Gabby, you live in fucking Acushnet. You don't
Tell
know
me-
Route 105?
You have to tell me other things than that.
Oh my God. So say you were driving to Lloyd's in Rochester from Main Street in Acushnet.
From Main Street. Doesn't that Main
Yeah.
Street turn into Lakeville though? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But
like going
before
past
it
Country
does.
Whip. Oh wait.
Yeah, right
Country
at Country Whip.
Okay.
So
Country
right
Whip.
at Country Whip, 105
I
goes...
do take a right at Country Whip.
Right, but it's the way I go, it's a left. But yes, Country Whip.
Okay.
So if you take that right and you go up to Lloyd's
Yep.
in Rochester, before you get to fucking Lloyd's, on your right is this fucking place called the Ponderosa. The Pondo
Really?
to the locals. It's cheap beer. On Friday nights, they got a fucking fish fry. All
Is
right.
that still a thing?
Yeah, and they got pizzas, like $5 or $6 bar pizzas, all the rest of the time. But we're talking $3 or $4 of fucking beer. All right.
Is that still a thing?
And I'm
Is it
telling
still,
you,
I'm
it's
excited.
the ultimate.
I never heard.
So whatever that road is, you're right in the right place. It's 105. I don't know what the name of the road is, but it's 105 across from
I don't
fucking
know yet, but
Country
all I
Whip,
need, see, I told you I need to Country Whip. Got it. The
right
road to the
before
right.
you get to Lloyd's. It's the Ponderosa.
And it's still called that?
It's the Ponderosa. The locals
And
call
it's
it
still
the
a bar,
Pondo.
like I can go whenever.
I mean, fuck yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm
Me and
telling
Allison
you.
have a new dive bar
I'm
to go
telling
to.
you, Gabby.
Me and Allison love our dive bars
Dude,
around.
it's the very definition of the best dive bar ever. It's really the best place ever.
Wait, what about the Garden in New Bedford? Trash
No.
cans?
Yeah, no, not for me. Not for me.
Come on, trash cans?
Listen,
Trash cans.
we're talking about city streets. The Pondo, we're talking about. You know what the neighborhood that Lloyd's is in?
Yeah, it sounds real country to me.
It's country. What's wrong with country? This is what country means.
I love the Garden.
Country gets you $2 off a beer. You know what I
The
mean?
Garden is also cheap as fuck.
Is it really?
I swear to
$4
God.
Bud Lights or whatever. I tell you what, I remember when
Basically,
beers. I tell you
I
when
mean-
beers went up to $4 in a bar, and I was horrified. You know what I mean? Beers should be $1 or
Have you ever had a
$1.50.
trash can though?
Yes.
So I started going to the Garden when I was, 19 because, fake ID and shit. Because the Garden doesn't give a shit anyway. Trash cans were $8, and a trash can is alcohol in a cup with a Red Bull on top of
Oh
it.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know they're $10 now? Trash cans?
Listen, that's the times we live in.
$10. It was
I'm telling you, that's the times
I
we live in.
understood when it was $8 because, okay, this is basically a Long Island, but different.
Right.
Yeah, anyway. Hold up. That's a whole new subject.
All right, look, we've had a great time. I thank you for coming and hanging out. I know you were horrified when Joe shit his pants, and you're like, oh my God, I got to talk to Al for a little while. But we had a good time,
No, it's
right?
okay. Thanks for having me.
Right?
Yeah.
Good time, right?
Yeah.
And
of course.
he's told you, and I've told you, and I'm not kidding. Any time you want to come back here on a Tuesday or a Thursday, hey, never mind a Tuesday or Thursday. You got his number, right?
Mm-hmm.
You text that fucking guy and say, I feel like talking. If it's a
Yeah, but
Friday
does he
or a
text?
Wednesday, yeah, he does. If it's a Friday or a Wednesday or a Monday or a Saturday or Sunday, and you feel like talking, you know where to come. This is permanently set up. All you got to do is give us a call.
Oh, yeah, you live so close.
I do.
I
And
forget that.
if you feel like you want to talk into a microphone by yourself, I'll come and turn everything on for you.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. If you feel like
That'd be fucking cool.
If you feel like you want to come down with Ivan or somebody else and have a heart-to-heart and you want to get it, recorded, you just tell us.
That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, this is very lax. We're trying to do a show. Joe believes in it. I believe in Joe. I don't think anyone's ever going to listen to this. He thinks, listen, we're a year in.
I've been spreading the word about your podcast.
By the way, we're a year in, and we're giving it 2 years. I'm like, you're fucked, dude. Listen, even if it shits the bed in another year, I'll probably do it with him. It's fun. We're having a good time. You know what I mean? So anytime, Gabby, when you want to come
me
down,
coming. I have fun doing this.
please. Anytime you want to come, you're amazing. We both love talking to you. And it's all about filling fucking time. Because
You guys teach me about current events too. So.
Well, unfortunately tonight we didn't do too much current events. Tonight was more about you and about me. But that's
Fuck it.
okay. You got to talk, right? That's the other thing I found out in the last month or so, that talk therapy works. So again, any of you out there, if you're feeling a little down, if you're feeling a little blue, the best thing you can do is talk about it with somebody that you trust. And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of people out there. Yeah, they get paid to do it, but they're in it for the right reason, and they're in it to help you. And they went to school to learn how to listen and help you through whatever you got going on. So please, if you're feeling a little down and a little blue, please talk to somebody. And you know what? If it's not a professional and it's not somebody that you have to give your fucking insurance card to or whatever, talk to your best friend. Talk to your mom. Talk to your dad. Talk to your brother. Talk to your husband. Talk to your wife. Talk to that guy at work who probably has your best interests at heart. Talk.
It feels good to vent.
It feels good to vent. And you know what? Pharmaceuticals are wonderful and they're a miracle, but I'll tell you what, right now, I'm talking from personal experience. Nothing will make you feel better than talking about what's on your mind. If you're honest with yourself and with the other person, don't put on a front. Talk about what's really on your mind. You're going to feel a lot better. That is the key. Talk. And hug somebody you love tomorrow. How's that? Give somebody a hug that you love, okay? So, my name is Al. Her name is
Gabby.
Gabby's here, and we're hoping to see Gabby more often. I'm not going to say. I'm going to say it. Gabby, anytime you want to come by. His name was Joe. Joe wasn't feeling too good. Together, we do this show called Kinda Right. Today's Tuesday. We're going to get back together Thursday. God willing, Joe will come down and fucking post the show to the internet because I'm taking a sabbatical from actually editing the show. I'm not doing much technical shit. Joe has more time than I have. I have a real job.
So bye.
So that's it. All right, Gabby, anything? You got anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.